the sense where you have you have metro cities, and then you have like rural farmland. So it's still in the same time period, but there is just going to be a difference of scenery, so to speak. Past that, you guys will be playing yourselves as you know, and do what you think is correct. If you ever want to ask something out of character, say, hey, DM, GM, whoever, Grim, etc., out of character, would I know this? And I will give you yay, nay. Otherwise, I will give you guys as the most descriptors as humanly possible to make sure you follow along and get an idea of what you're dealing with, and then everything else is going to be up to you. Up to your imagination is what is possible in this world that you'll be stepping into. That makes sense across the board?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sweet.
sir.
And if you wanted to use your dice rolls in D&D Beyond, you can, just so I can see it. Otherwise, if you have magical rocks that you believe are luckier that you want to use physically, that's fine. The honor system is here. I don't believe anyone here is going to grief me and try to give themselves nat 20 all the time. Cactus.
he
So,
doesn't have any dice. You don't have to worry.
so let's play the
Love
honor
it.
system. Let's make it fun for everyone involved, and let me know when everyone's live so we can go forth and do the big intro, the big
We
drama.
lied.
We live.
I've been
I'm
live.
live.
I'm
You've been
setting up
live.
Zeb now.
Cool. All right. So, welcome streamers and viewers and everyone in between to the beginning of what shall be known as the D&D campaign of Beyond the Veil. It is going to be a D&D streamer story where, for those of you who are watching and listening, the streamers that you see before you, Fly Dutchman, Dr. Fishy Biscuits, A Moist Cactus, Kick Who Plays, Latte Janko, and of course, Hey It's Zeb,
Heyo.
are going to be essentially isekai'd into a fantasy world of my own design. I am a veteran dungeon master of 16 plus years. Everyone here knows me personally as Grim. I will be called Dungeon Daddy as my title, as requested by Cass. Nate, you shake your head. I did this to myself, and I accept my fate.
This is new information that I'm just now learning of, and I'm already cringed.
Call him Dungeon Daddy. Do it. Call him Dungeon Daddy.
It only takes
It's
5
optional.
minutes around her. It's good.
I literally already cringed. It's fine.
Good.
Out
So
of spite, I'm gonna call you Papa.
that's fine.
Papa.
Call me Padre for all I care. I don't. So let's go ahead and get this going. I'm going to do a quick little introduction to the world of us. I'll recap the intro you've all read, get you through the situation, and then we'll start where you land. So, real quick, arena. Rap, tap, tap. Beware the one who does not sleep or does not need to eat. His bones do rattle so within the stones below. His voice carries a carrion tune, one that plays the rubes, to fight through their woes down into the stones below. The voice within the walls does creep down the halls, moving a mind too slow to not beware the stones below. Do not beware death, only what is left, for the undying shall take its toll down from the stones below. We find ourselves in the world of 2023. If my sultry voice
brings force everything we know. Welcome to your world. You are a streamer of decent renown and have been doing well for yourself as of late. It all started when you found yourself in possession of a single brass key you found along an alley during a walk through your town. It is unremarkable and shows signs of wear upon its metal skin, but ever since you found it, you have been feeling as if your eyes have been fully open to the world around you. The colors seem more vibrant, and you seem to come across individuals that seem peculiar and stranger than almost innocents you interact with.
Alright, want to do it this way? You're going to steal my thunder? Alright. The world spins spins on as you continue to work and stream, trying to boost your status and make something of yourself. One night, as you conclude your stream, signing off to your viewers, messaging your mods, and closing up shop for the night, a wave of vibration crashes through the neighborhood, setting off car alarms and fracturing windows. A bright blue light begins to seep through the curtains, bathing your room in its hue. The world falls silent as the light eventually fades away, the events shaking your constitution seeming to draw you outside, as through an unknown influence. You grab some simple items, just enough to step outside your door, and you take your first steps into the night. As you open up your front door of your dwelling, awaiting the crisp air to flow into the doorframe, the feeling never comes. The air stands still around you, deep echoes flowing from an unknown source. As your eyes adjust, the light from your phone pointing out towards the unknown. You see a stone corridor leading towards what seems to be, at the very end, a large and old wooden door. When you approach the door, slowly making your way through the darkened corridor that appeared where your house once stood, the door seems to draw you closer, ebbing you into attempting to breach its strength. As you reach for the handle to test for its solidarity, the brass key appears in your hand, yearning for the lock in front of you. As the key is entered and twisted, mechanisms begin to spring forth as the door swings slowly open, a light hitting you in your eyes, forcing you to adjust, almost becoming blindingly as the mass around you melts away, leaving you standing in the center of a town. As you turn your heads, you see 5 other individuals, just as confused as you are, standing in the center of the town. For reference, you are on the marker A in the old district of the town of Head Thunder. Welcome to the brink. What say you, adventurers? What do you do?
I can vouch, but initial reaction is going to be check signal on my cell phone and try to get a message out to have somebody take care of my cat.
I left my phone inside.
I look around in awe, feeling some strange sense of deja vu about the world around me.
Holy shit, what did I drink?
So, as you look around you, trying to troubleshoot your phone and trying to find signal, you find nothing. The signal does not reach out. It seems as if it never existed in the first place. The magic brick in your hand seeming to become obsolete the longer you stand in place. It does still have its basic functions, but no messages will be able to be sent. As you look around yourself, you find yourself in the company of 5 other individuals of strange stature. You see one that is about a 5.5-foot girl that seems to have white and black hair cascading down around her, with purple eyes and cat ears protruding between the locks that are on her head. A crescent moon clip holding the front of her bangs in place. To her right, you see a 6-foot Caucasian male with a brown hair ponytail and a nice ball cap with some sick glasses on, looking very dauntily confused and regretting leaving his phone at home. Next to him, you see a tall and stalk-framed person with black hair coming down across his head, a darker complexion across his skin, and green eyes peering around the town. A cigarette protrudes out of his mouth, slowly dropping ash onto the ground, with what seems to be rabbit ears sticking up from the top of his dome. The next person to their right is a about 5'10", 5'11"-ish, what looks to be tiger if cat girl person along the same idea as before, except now instead of a cascading black and white negative foundation hair, it is a bright orange with white ears protruding from the top, their eyes being a more blue silver as they are desperately trying to send a message on their cell phone that's in their hands. Finally, the last 2, standing close to one another, both looking confused at each other and wondering if their kids will be right at home, is a a decently tall woman that is, of course, with black hair and purple bangs, with little flowers sticking up behind her rounded cat ears on top of her head, her green eyes piercing through her glasses, with what you would imagine to be her husbando standing next to her. His black coiffed hair pulled neatly back, his leather jacket clad across his shoulders, pulling tightly against his shirt as he stands there, both inspecting and expecting the worst around from the world around him. His floral shirt catches your eye as seeming to be the only thing of color in this world around you that is of contrasting colors as it stands. But you find yourself among the humans, the 6 of you that stand, but as you look around you, you see that there are not many others like you.
I have
As-
an out of character question.
Sure.
We are friends online in this
Yes.
universe still, right? Okay. So
Oh,
I
so we're not, like,
recognize a
complete
tall-ass
strangers.
waifu.
Oh, okay, you're gonna go to the waifu first, not your actual husbando? Okay.
Listen, I
So
blinked you.
Fair.
You
We
will
are
all
ourselves.
yes, you are yourselves. So you will take a moment to kind of have a blinking session of your eyes as you soon realize that you're looking at the person behind the camera, so to speak, for a couple of the Twitch streamers you work with, as well as the personification of their VTubers, strangely acting as if they're in their own skin, as if it's something they've worn their entire lives.
Oh.
I'm gonna tackle Zarya.
I'm going to accept tackles, but like poke her face, be like, "Is this real?" You-
Damn it! I knew AT&T would fail me.
Oh, hey, I know all you guys.
Well, they're doing weird stuff. Are there like other people around, other
Yes.
beings?
So, Nate, as you're observing, as everyone's kind of trying to realize that they are friends that are standing around you, and you're not by yourself, you look outward and find that you are in the center of a decently constructed town, specifically with a large number of market stalls around you as the sun is starting to come up over the horizon. In front of you to your north is a very large church, or church-like structure. But yes, there are people around you, but roll me that sweet perception, my guy.
Oh, snap.
Guys, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
I don't care. I have
I
my
don't
life.
live in Kansas anyway. There's too much green here for it to be New Mexico, though, so we're good.
Sure as shit ain't Illinois, 'cause there ain't no
I rolled
snow.
a chrome like a fool. It'll be
It's not
Oh, yeah,
Michigan.
I have
I
this-
can
business.
feel my
So,
toes.
5.
you got a sweet 5. So, you do not see any other humans around you, minus your immediate friend group that is around you, but you do see that there are market stalls and there is a plethora of interesting characters around you. You, being someone who has fantasized and has done Dungeons and Dragons before, you recognize a couple of the individuals around you. You see a tall, approximately 7-foot individual going towards a market stall with a basket on their arm. They seem to be of a mix of a human and a dragon. An anthropomorphic dragon, if you will, which you in your head would realize is a dragonborn.
Oh shit! I'm already
To their
excited.
left, you would see a smaller individual, approximately 3.5 to 4 feet tall, that in your head you go, is that a gnome? And as you look further and further amongst the marketplace, you see more and more of these interesting characters pop up around you. You see dwarves and elves with their pointy ears and very tall, elegant stature, their posture kind of showing the heraldry they carry. You see guards in full plate mail, as well as individuals carrying what looks to be advanced medieval weaponry, something along the line of revolvers, repeating rifles, repeating crossbows. You see just this wide stretch of technology and magic just kind of settling in around you, and it hits you like a sack of bricks.
Ow.
Not literally.
Well, I always knew Dungeons and Dragons would be the death of me, and here I am. So,
No, hours and my brain hurts. This is a lot to take in.
It will make your brainy do a ouchies.
No, I just showed up in a weird place that I fantasized forever, and now I'm just like, there's little people.
Yes.
Yeah, or there's a giant
There was
person over
already
there.
little people, because I'm here.
I need everyone minus Nate to roll me perception, because Nate already rolled perception.
Oh.
Alright, perception.
The rest of you, I need to roll that sweet dice-areno.
Which app are we rolling it on?
D&D Beyond, if
D&D
possible.
Beyond.
Or if you have a dice roll, you can just tell me the result. Whatever floats your canoe.
Perception.
Oh, I can't use my own dice, Nathan. I have to use yours.
Ruh-roh.
8! I'm too excited about my tall waifu to care about anything that's going on around
Typically how it goes.
18, because apparently I'm very perceptive.
me. You're just anxious that someone's gonna steal your short waifu. It's fine.
I mean, there's a lot of strangers about here.
Oh, there's that nat 20 from Latte. Good start, loving it.
That's typically how it goes.
Do I hit the 20? Whoops.
No,
So
you-
click, so if you're looking at your sheet, Zed,
4.
under your skills, there's a one that, yep, there you go. You just click on
5.
it. Nice.
I'm distracted by my literally ideal, like fetish
Who?
ideal woman right here.
you're having yourself a moment.
Yeah, I'm just having a moment. Okay, leave me alone.
do you want me to nya for you, Cactus?
Not right now, but yes, right now.
Yeah.
I
Later
push Cass
tonight.
off of me and continue to observe while she's nying at the.
Yeah, wait, I'm not yelling right now though.
I'm like, I don't want your nyas.
Yes, you do. You want my nya. As long as I'm a
Did you
good
find it?
girl.
I rolled a 4.
Why is it not showing me your result? Alright, that's fine. Alright, I'll take your 4. So, the only two people that really notice anything going on, you guys are just way absorbed in the fact that you are in a world that you've only dreamed about being in. The two people that do, your ears perk up a little bit, is Fishy Biscuits and Latte. You see a couple of groups of people on the outskirts, because you guys are in the center towards like a statue and a fountain, like you're just kind of in the middle of the square.
Oh.
Everyone's kind of waking up and going to do their morning routines and everything. You two notice there's a few groups of them that are coming out that are turning and looking at you peculiarly and are whispering amongst themselves, kind of pointing and talking amongst their groups.
You talking to me?
Latte, you specifically notice one person in the marketplace start as a fast walk, and when they believe themselves to be out of your eyesight, they break into a dead sprint towards what you see in the distance to be the castle.
Snitch.
Heads up, we might have some company coming in. We should probably start heading towards at least out of public.
We should just not be here.
Okay, but why? Like we just like got teleported here. Maybe they can like help us not be here anymore.
Or they're gonna shank us.
Or they're terrified that we just appeared out of nowhere.
I'm terrified that we
see
just
us as
appeared out of
a-
nowhere.
They could
Yeah,
see us
well,
as
why
an
am I scared
invading
of this?
force,
I-
so let's at least go to,
An invading
know, a
force of
tavern.
6 people.
If they
I
live in
don't- I
the
wouldn't
castle,
leave
they
them
probably
if
are
it's just
important and they can
6
help
people.
us.
Blend in with the
No, he has a
crowd. Go
point.
to the
We're not-
tavern.
hang on. We're not armed, so he does have a point. Like, it's
I'm
not
armed?
like
What do you mean? I have a
I
machete.
mean, you guys have,
sword.
your basic weapons on you, your monkey wrench, your sword.
You know what I mean?
your
Like, we're
baseball
not-
bat.
we don't look like an invading force.
No, but you do look very odd. Most of you are wearing some form of either leather jacket or body armor,
Nice.
or regular street clothes. So it's you look strange, but as you guys are kind of discussing and trying to be like, where do we go? You do realize that there is you remember you seeing the large church directly to your north. But as you guys start kind of trying to figure out a plan and trying to absorb everything all at once and kind of dealing with your own thought process, you're starting to see the area around you is becoming smaller as the people in the marketplace have kind of dropped what they're doing and are kind of forming up around you.
Uh-oh. I told you we should blend in.
I'm hiding behind Cactus.
we should probably blend in and find a place to gather which isn't in
I
public
don't.
setting.
I don't think we
Quick,
can
Nate,
blend in.
roll an intelligence.
Who, me?
Oh, not
Nate.
good.
Oh,
Just an
thank-
intelligence check.
Yeah.
7.
You, in the back of your brain, you remember a very basic line from an old movie you watched, where a hunchback ran up to a church and yelled "Sanctuary, sanctuary." And so
Oh.
you turn, seeing the large monastery, pull on Zarya, who then the rest of you see Nate and Zarya start moving towards the church as he's just kind of wide-eyed and focusing on trying to get out of the center of whatever mob you're starting to find yourself in.
Guys,
I'm
I have
going
a
with
Disney
them.
Plus subscription. I've seen Hunchback of Notre Dame. Let's go to the church.
Yeah, good
Honestly,
idea.
I'm with them. It's either that or we call for parlay.
I'm gonna go talk to
Yeah.
a stone
Church.
go-grow.
And
Yep,
the church has never
go
done
to the
anything
church.
wrong to anybody before. We'll be fine in there.
That's why I'm talking to stone gargoyles.
Church has never done anything wrong to the pansexual that has a child born out of wedlock.
I don't think that counts right now. Moving on. Get into the fucking church.
I'm going. I'm going.
Fine. They're
So-
not
Get off my tail.
crusading right now, are they?
So as you guys
Feels
are
like
just
it
kind of
already.
like all chatting and just trying to kind of keep an eye on who's around you, you're seeing just a very interesting crowd forming of dragonborns and orcs and elves and dwarves and gnomes and halflings, and you're seeing all the variants you've read in the books playing D&D for your lives. And some of them have fashioned, leather belts, sticks, hatchets. Everyone kind of seems to not be super happy with your presence. And as you start moving towards the church, the chanting and murmuring of the crowd grows louder as they start yelling incoherent words at you that you can't tell through the multiple mouths that are speaking it. But what you gather is, why have you come back? Who are you? Why are you here? Get them, remove them, kill them. Kill the humans.
Oh, we.
Are we marauders? Cool.
I need to ask. Are we allowed to cuss?
I've been.
Oh, we're fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. We can cuss.
We're
You tell
fucked.
You're playing yourself, so whatever you would say in the situation is fine.
I would ask and then just say it. So I would just say, "We're fucked. We're boned."
Wait, are we in the church yet? Are we cussing in the
So
church?
So-
I'll cuss in a church.
So wait,
what you
question, because you and I have already discussed me having canonically already been here and me having the
Yes.
feeling of
Yes,
deja
yes.
vu. Would I be able to pick up like little bits and pieces at least of what they're saying because I've already been here, but not know exactly where the fuck I know I understand this language from?
Oh, it's common. It's words you
Okay.
understand. It's just since there's multiple people all yelling it at you, it's hard to
Okay.
kind of keep in place because you guys are dazed from, one, being dropped into this world without really kind of any preparation, two, trying to absorb your surroundings, three, there's a large mob of now close to 200 people surrounding you. And so you're kind of just panicked. And so it's more of just you have a lot of people yelling stuff at you, and so you understand it. It's just that, again, if you've never seen a mob in place, unless they're very organized, you're not going to understand them.
If everyone sees me eating, it's just because I eat when I get nervous.
Can I make a suggestion of making it towards the church in double time?
So you guys,
If not
at this
triple
point,
time.
as you're kind of moving backwards, you're kind of like fast walking, not really running, because you're trying to keep an eye on where you are and make sure you're not going to get anyone coming at you. A couple of people step at you, kind of like trying to, in the words of the kids, get buck with you as they're like, what are you doing here? And try and make sure you don't run away. You get towards the church, and you're on the stairs as the group kind of starts to close in on you, all kind of now yelling coherently, get the humans, kill the humans, as they seem to be very angry at your presence.
So who's gonna shout sanctuary?
Only two of us are humans and sanctuary.
So, does anyone, besides just saying sanctuary, does anyone go try to do something with the door of the church?
Yeah, I'm gonna knock it. I'm just be knocking on it.
Beating the shit out of it.
I'm gonna try to open it. I'm yanking on it.
I just
So
try
you
to keep the
guys-
cat protected.
You guys see Nate run up to the door and just start hitting it with his fist, yelling "Sanctuary." And from inside, you hear this deep voice. The Lord above does not call for the punishment of the crimes of the sins of the Father. As the doors open,
Ooh,
Are we going in? Goodbye.
no password needed here.
children of the Lord, listen to my words. Me, Father Graydon, have come forth to tell you that we cannot judge our neighbor by the sins of their flesh. Let us bring them forth into the church to be judged by their peers, by the tribunal, as is our tradition. We do
Whose
not
idea
make
was this?
people just kill each other. That's
I
not
don't
how we
know.
work here. And at this point, he's ushering you guys to come inside. You see that he is a very large dragonborn in
Oh, we'll go-
priest outfit,
Oh,
Well,
okay.
We'll go in.
bringing you guys in, like waving as he's talking to them, like looking at you out of the side of his eye and like moving with his hands to like get inside the church. Like,
Yep.
let's go.
This is when I turn onto the crowd and be like, "My dad's gonna beat up your dad," and just go inside.
I grab Zeb by his ponytail and yank.
Yeah, you're right. I probably shouldn't antagonize the crowd. You're right.
Yep.
Shut up.
The
God, I thought I
tribunal
had
for
to
getting
get
us
already.
the tribunal for getting us hung is much better than getting stabbed with pitchforks, at least.
You guys see the priest comes forward in front of you guys, between you and the mob outside in the doorway, saying, "People, people, you'll find a way for salvation through this scenario.
Ooh.
You must have faith. Faith in the seven, that they will be judged as kind. But please, let me take them in so that we may go forth through our traditions.
Prepare
Have
the sacrifice.
faith." And you see that as he's talking, the crowd seems to calm down a bit as they realize that they are talking to the priest of their town and are being like, "Oh yeah, we should stick to our guns on our traditions because we are better than them."
Well, I'd rather they think that they're better than us than, literally anything else.
And
Better
so
that than dead.
Father Graydon
I had-
steps back through the door and goes, "I will call forth for the elders when it is time." And he closes the large doors. And as soon as he closes them, you see him hold his hands against it, breathe very deeply, and then immediately lock everything on the door.
We're
Just
fucked.
knock
Now
the bumpers.
barricading it.
And he turns
That's
around and you see
fair.
that he is sweating profusely. His pupils are there. He goes, "Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit."
I don't like where this is going.
Oh, God.
Let's move some stuff in between against
Please,
the door to
please
help
hold your
barricade it.
tongues. Hold your tongues and hold your hands. My name is Father Graydon. I just bullshit an entire mob of people from killing you. Please wait. I know you're confused. We haven't seen your kind around here in a very long time. Please. Move towards the pews. Please sit. Words are difficult for one such as me.
Alright.
And he kind of gestures towards the cathedral behind you guys that has the pews in it and the stairs that lead up to the reliquary and everything else. He just kind of asks you to go in that direction, just to have a sit and relax for but a moment. He goes, "I know you must have questions. I know that they will be coming down upon my door in some time to ask for you. I do not want them to take you so easily, because I don't know why you're here, and I would like to ask, but come and sit. If you wish to know, we can speak, but I would like for you to rest."
Take a seat, without doubt.
I do have an important
I'm-
question though.
I'm nocturnal. I'm rested.
What you got?
Where's the bathroom at?
He
Oh my
points towards the
God.
corner.
Okay,
It clearly has a sign that says bathrooms.
sweet.
Go pee. Go pee.
Nobody look.
I would like to check on Fish. Like, make sure she's okay.
Yeah, I've already took a couple hits from my inhaler because we were running around and stuff.
Making sure the cat's okay.
Cat isn't phased. Cat isn't phased. As soon as Cat got here, she got a hit of deja vu. She's not phased anymore.
Okay, all done. What'd I miss?
I go sit in the pew and recall my childhood and hate it.
And then I'm just gonna grab the cat by the hand and go sit in the pew while continue smoking my cigarette.
Oh,
He looks to you and goes, I am many a year old from when I was a fledgling, and I was originally reading the text. I did not think that I would see any of you again. Specifically, not you, but humans.
What?
Where have you been for the past 600 years?
600.
If I could at least say something here. Our reason for coming here is also unknown because we don't know how we got here.
Well, could one of you enlighten me on how you got here? Because you seem to just appear within the town square.
Oh, we
All right.
kind of did.
I'd say
That's
time travel.
Exactly how that. No, I wouldn't say time travel.
Mm.
This is
This is dimensional travel
Time
at
travel
best.
implies that where we're from, there are people like what we saw outside there. Also, I don't think time travel would make me feel like I have been here before.
Yeah, time travel can do that. I think this is more dimensional, though.
This is also my lack of knowledge, so that's the best I got.
Do we still have the key?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Yes, you
I'm
do
looking for
still
the
have your
key.
brass keys.
I show the priest my key.
He kind of tilts his head and goes, that is what you use to enter this place?
Yep.
It's what all of us do.
Well, and
I
like a
think.
like a door thing. That the key
You
goes.
saw the... Huh.
Does this mean anything?
More than you realize.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps you should explain, for all of
Well,
our sakes.
For me to explain, we're gonna have to go upstairs to the reliquary. I am the reclusiarch of this city. I maintain the artifacts of this town of Head Thunder,
Mm-hmm.
and have found many a piece that I've studied myself, having studied the books and studied the history of this place. But I think it is best that you see some of these artifacts for yourself. Maybe they will bring light to why you're here.
As we walk, could you at least explain why humans are so hated here?
That will come with the explanation, yes. As he leads you up towards back to where you came for the door, there's a set of stairs that lead up the flights towards the reliquary. And as you're walking, as many centuries ago, from what I understand, the history books are not exactly well versed. As those of you who know, I imagine that you yourselves have a strange history. Do you remember being here? Do you remember stories of the world?
Not a clue,
If
honestly.
fantasy works at best.
Fantasy?
Yeah.
How do you know about this world? Pray tell.
We play games on our tables and use this world as a base for it. But
So there is a piece left in your mind somewhere of where you came from.
but
God dang it. Gygax knew the truth all this time.
I feel, guys, did any of you have any feelings of deja vu when we got here? Because I think me and Zeb and I are like the least versed in this.
I just go with the flow, so this is new to me, but I'm fascinated.
I would have to ask the DM if I do feel any signs of deja vu with this.
The only people that would feel a sign of deja vu is
Got it.
Cass at this point. You have a very deep-seated feeling that you've seen not only this town, but you've seen this cathedral before.
Oh.
You make the turn towards the reliquary without Graydon telling you. And he seems kind of perplexed as you walk past him, and he just follows behind. It's at least a good sign to see that you still have a piece of this world in your mind.
Oh, this
I
world.
also have a piece
Where
of this
to
world on
begin?
my body.
I can see. You do not look like a normal tabaxi that we have in this world. you seem to be mixed. That of a human ascent with the Tabaxi spirit. We've read about this in the book once, but it's very vague details. But let us continue to walk, and I'll tell you of where I think the issue has come from.
Okay.
As you enter the reliquary, you see rows of these old weapons and artifacts. Weapons that look very much human from your own history books of Germanic, English, Chinese, Japanese, Native American, Native Indian, all the different types of weapons you've seen that have found within the Dungeon Master's Codex, Player's Handbook, etc., are all here, and they look to be made the same way that is made in your world. You see sets of plate mail, of Japanese samurai armor and canvas wear, leather plating, scale mail, studded armor, helmets of different designs of different ranks, a set of centurion's armor from the Roman Empire. All these different pieces that seem to resemble parts of your world that you think shouldn't be here, but they are.
Hmm.
And so Graydon goes, long ago, as by what the book said. And as he gets to the end of the reliquary, you see there's a wall of additional artifacts, and he pulls a large book out of the wall and puts it on the table and opens it. The pages fold open to this large map with scriptures all over it, pieces of parchment that have been attached to it using some kind of old adhesive, very much to the medieval text you find in a monastery in England and the Germanic lands. He goes, 600 years ago, there was a war. In the text, it's called the Calamity War. We don't remember specifically why it happened. All we know is that it was partly due to humans. In those days, you humans were common. You lived amongst us. You broke bread with us.
Hmm.
You stayed with us. You worked. You fought. You lived. But then something changed. Something happened that spurred a war that pit you, your ancestors, versus the rest of the brink. The brink is now where you stand. It's part of what you would call the old world.
Interesting.
The details are sparse over what sparked it, but it says something along the lines that the humans found a great power, something that allowed them to become stronger than themselves, and the rest of the world was scared. And so they fought. Unfortunately, that brought forth a rise to two things: the Great Reset and the Undying King.
Ooh.
That doesn't sound great.
It sounds like someone we are probably going to need to meet at least once.
I don't know if I want to.
Unfortunately, the Calamity War led to the Great Reset. The mages of the Covenant, the races that you see that were not human, came together to realize that they could stop the advance of the human empire by resetting the magic that lays dormant in the world within the ley lines that spread across this place. In doing so, they turned off all of the magic. For an indiscernible amount of time, it led to a period of great darkness, where the humans were eventually pushed back. They were killed, slaughtered, segregated, and sent to the large border west of our world, past the Keep of Jericho, into what is now known as the Vale.
Hey. This is
Unfortunately, what up?
this is gonna sound bad, but like, I can't help but think that the great power was electricity. I'm not
The
trying to be.
internet.
I was gonna say.
We have indoor plumbing here.
Oh, okay.
He points to the lights. He goes, the lights are run with electricity.
Gotcha.
Voltage.
Something
It's-
happened
no, it
around
is
the
nothing-
1400s.
Because everything like the
It
story was
is-
going is like turned off and this and that. It's, oh, okay. I knew it wasn't, but like it sounded like it.
1400s? Time must have taken a different turn for you.
Oh.
It
once
is
you were pushed
possible.
out of the brink. For us, you've been gone for 600 years, but it may be that you've been gone from us for longer.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, at the end of the Great Reset, came forth a force that started pillaging the world around us, known as the Undying King. Became a voice within the walls, pulling at individuals that influence them to an end that we don't quite understand.
Hmm.
And he's still here. There was stories of a group of adventurers eventually finding and fighting the Undying King, saying that they finally killed him, bringing forth to the end of his reign. But shortly after, that was proved incorrect. For we found one of his inventions, and
Oh.
he turns and points towards a lantern that is hanging from a metal post inside of a glass box. It sends underneath of it on a little brass plate, the Envoy of the Dead. And he goes, we found one of these. These were his sigil when his armies originally marched. They carried these lanterns with them. For what reason, we don't know. Maybe it was a religious symbol. Maybe it was something that brought them morale. Maybe it was the symbol that allowed them to use magic to the degree that they did. But for all we know is the lantern has not lit up in the past 400 years. But unfortunately, there is something else that you must know if you are to be here. I doubt that you will be able to escape in due time before you eventually run into this man.
Continue.
There is a war master on the horizon.
Oh, joy.
Someone who has begun pillaging the plains. His name is Leandros. He used to be the servant of one of the great kings out of one of the keeps along the eastern continent. But unfortunately, something has changed in him. His forces now ride on an unknown flag for an unknown cause. They've been tearing apart the ground around them, stripping land of its trees, of its water, of its minerals. For what purpose, we're not entirely sure, but they leave great swaths of trenches in their wakes, strip clearing everything that's around them. You may wind up running into him before you leave here. And unfortunately, this brings me to the reason to answer your question of why you are so hated. Humans don't belong. You are feared for what you are. Those who are in this city are educated. They've read the books as much as I have. They remember the Calamity War through what was said. Not necessarily what it means to them, but they are afraid.
Not to interrupt. But seems like you've mentioned it a couple of times about going back, and that we're not wanted here, and that people hate us, and all that. I'm ready to go back anytime. You just tell me how, and I'm there.
If I knew that type of magic, I would have sent you home already, hoping that you never see the dangers that lay upon this land. You seem to be the most understanding of what this land holds in front of you. You yourself seem to know the dangers firsthand.
I don't understand shit. I just know that we just about got mobbed for just like being here, and I'm not really for that. So if, you know how to get us back, that'd be cool.
The
We
only
just have
one
to-
that will know may be either the Grand Wizard or the Undying King himself.
I got an out of character question.
Yes.
How do we take notes on all this stuff?
There you can either write it down by yourself, or there is a player notes thread above us in the Discord.
Oh, okay. Because if I don't write some of this stuff down, I'm gonna forget. But yeah, this is fascinating.
Yeah, I literally have a notebook in front of me, and I'm writing.
I just found one.
We're
I have my memory, which which we know from past experience is the best thing.
Actually, though.
So he kind of steps back from the book as he kind of explain everything he can, and he looks rather perplexed as he doesn't know what to do to help you. Again, he hasn't seen humans in hundreds of years. He doesn't know how to send you home. He doesn't know why you're here or why you wound up here in the first place. All he knows is that the brass keys are evident of something, but the texts are very old and are not coherent, as he makes a note to say that the victors are the ones that write history, not the ones that were vanquished.
That is the truth.
Okay.
I have a question about the lantern thing.
Yes.
Because I typically refer to like movies and TV show, is it sort of like a Horcrux that there's like a bit of his soul trapped in it, and that's how he's like undying?
No, it's more looks like a lantern from Bloodborne, where it's a metal, old school lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is just a old metal cast lantern.
But
that
it's
has
like
glass panes and a fire inside that would normally be ignited.
normally would be ignited, but it's not.
Yeah, it hasn't. The fire has been extinguished and has not been able to be relit in hundreds of years. They have tried.
I want to just take a look over weapons and stuff, the armor that was left over, get a rough feel for the era they're from.
You just walking around, you can know exactly what eras they're from because they look almost identical to what you've seen in your own history books.
I would like to pull the priest aside.
Okay. Yes, small one.
Okay, so I'm gonna be completely open here and say I have never in person met the tiger or the purple-haired cat before, but the bunny man, yeah, he didn't look like that before we got here, and I definitely looked like this. Is there like any like magic or something? Is there anything you can do to like trace if I've been here before, where I've been? Because like I knew my way around this place without waiting for you to walk ahead of us to take me to the reliquary.
Shit, I'm not complaining. I'm
Ground
6
is
foot tall.
brown. You're whatever height you are, Zev, damn it. I couldn't remember what height you were off the top of my brain, so I said 6 foot.
I'm not complaining.
That's a true friend right there.
Right?
I went standard. So he furrows his brow at you, Cass, and kind of tilts his head and looks upon you as he kind of digests your question. And he walks you towards the lantern.
Oh.
And says, "Does this bring thoughts when you look upon this artifact?"
Oh, see, I don't know, does it?
It kind of does. It feels like you should know what it is. Besides what he's told you, you kind of feel like you know its purpose, but you can't put your finger on it.
I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue and I just can't get the words out.
So, at this point, Cass, I'm going to need you to roll a wisdom save for me, please and thank you.
Oh, hell yeah, I get to roll something.
Pray to Orange Jesus.
Where are my saves with this layout?
Upper left?
There. No, I.
Top
Because I
that
have
says ability, saves, and senses.
Yeah. Shh.
Are we talking about our character sheets?
10.
Nice.
So, you feel a pull from the lantern towards you, even through the glass. And your hand kind of. You put your hand on the glass of where the artifact is. As you kind of are looking at it, you're racking your brain over why you think you know what this is, why you think you understand what it does. You were just furious with yourself because it's there, but there's like a block
Oh,
stopping
Els
it.
just told me I rolled a whiz check. Hold up.
You should be clicking on the bottom where it says
I-
saving throws.
I'm not
But you're
not
good.
used to it being compressed.
It's
Imagine
fine.
using
It's fine. Okay.
Yeah, it was more of a theatrics. Regardless,
Okay.
you put your hand on the glass as you're just furiously trying to figure out what exactly is this thing you're looking at. And as you're staring at it, you see a spark in the bottom of the lantern.
Oh.
Then you see 2, then 3, then 6, and eventually a green and purple flame erupts from inside the lantern, as now it sits lit, its light bathing you in its glow.
Oh shit, guys! Kit did a thing.
The unlightable lantern is
What?
lit.
What did I just do? What just happened?
Kit did a thing.
As you all are kind of panicking, because now
Babe,
you
what did you do?
you all turn and see Kit, her hand on the glass. She's unable to pull it away as the lantern begins to burn brighter, and Graydon steps back as the light seems to hurt his eyes, but you don't seem affected.
Yeah, I stared at the sun too many times as a kid. It didn't affect me.
I hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna take her hand and try to pull it away from the lantern.
I was like, that's a good instinct.
You
Try to pull her away.
It does not work with the efforts you put in. But when it does eventually release, the lantern seeming to be at its brightest, all of your right hands begin to burn.
Uh-oh.
As you guys look on the back of your hand, and the symbol of the Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself, becomes burned into your skin.
Oh, free tattoo.
Alright, I
Sick.
played too many video games for this one.
What is going on?
And
I need more
as the
nicotine.
pain dissipates, you all looking at your hands with the symbols on it, the lantern slowly starts to fade until it is but a dull, small flame inside of it.
Well,
Graydon comes back to his senses and is staring at awe at both Kit and the lantern. And looks
Grayson,
upon the rest
was
of you. Graydon.
Graydon, sorry.
What? How?
You mentioned something about a tribunal earlier. Would it
I
be
was
possible?
bullshitting the mob.
Would it be possible for us to possibly get a tribunal of a great wizard?
That is not something that I can do, for the Great Wizard does not reside in Head Thunder.
Oh.
But if you are capable, you could try and get to them. But for right now, I'm questioning why the lantern is lit. And what happened to your hand, as he looks at Kit's hand on the back of it.
Yeah, Kit, what'd you do?
Father, there's no chance that this is like
We're like cool humans.
I think we might be targeted even more now.
I drew cat ears on my snake. I pulled out a Sharpie.
You have cat ears on your snake now. He's just very.
Shut up, voices in my head.
He's looking through the text rapidly, and as he looks back up to the lantern to see if it's still lit, it's no longer in the case.
Uh-oh.
The lantern itself is now attached to the belt of the person who lit it.
Kit.
Oh, no.
It is now hanging off the back of your belt, swinging freely, its small green and blue flame burning brightly.
Well, you got us into this mess.
Oh man, she gets to carry the lantern? Sick.
I think you are all meant to be here, but I can't figure out why. All I know is that you need to get out of Head Thunder as soon as possible.
Yeah, if we weren't hated before.
He goes, we can try and find what we can, either here in the reliquary or further downstairs. But if we do anything, we must make haste. I do not know who else knows you're here, but
Somebody went to the castle to notify of our presence.
Oh yeah.
went to before he can finish the word castle, you guys hear the door downstairs break open
Oh damn.
and a commotion of individuals coming inside. One very loud individual saying, "They're here somewhere! Find them! Find those humans!"
Do you mind if we borrow these artifacts?
If you must.
Do you have a
they are
back?
We have a
yours.
choice on the lantern. Priest, do you have a
Also,
cloak?
Do you have a back door?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nate, what you got?
I was gonna say, what direction is this Grand
So
Wizard guy?
the reliquary, or the Great Wizard, is in the town of Blurf. I need to pull up my big map.
I was about
Oh,
to
yeah.
take blurf.
The town of Blurf. He's
The
quickly
town of
scratching
Blurf.
down and trying to find you guys a full map that I'm putting up on Owlbear right now
Yep.
to show you the world that you are currently in. He says quickly, "We do not have the time. Here, you are in Headthunder. You are amongst the Trawler's Bay. You need to get to the Glass Keep." And he circles a very large city right here,
Oh,
south of the Great Bridge.
Where are we?
You
Oh,
are
right here.
currently here
Okay.
in Headthunder.
I see. Okay.
All right, that's
Okay.
simple enough. Do you mind if I take the map? I know you
He
might
goes,
be
"The map
attached to
is
it.
for you. At this
I'll take
point,
it.
anything that is here is yours. Unfortunately, whoever came through here knows that there is only one way in and out of this church. The second floor does not have a second entrance into the reliquary. So either you must fight your way out, or run."
question.
Well,
Yes.
Does our Ouroboros cause any secret opening to open?
No.
Damn it.
well,
We're gonna pick up a German
Good ol-
Zweihander, very least. It is a weapon that we could use.
what all is in this room again?
Anything you can think of.
Ah, nice. Okay. I could think of an AR-15.
No, not that kind of thing.
You're probably
Uh,
looking at like medieval
Medieval
times.
style weapon.
Gonna look at Nate. Well, Captain, fuck we doing?
As you guys are
OOC.
looking at each other, trying to scramble about the weapons and gear along the walls and cases, you are hearing the heavy, thunderous footsteps of people who are probably in full plate mail coming up the stairs very aggressively.
All right,
I'm looking for like a robe or a cape or something
say,
so we can.
yeah.
Well,
Priest, you got extra
hopefully
robes.
for everyone, but for sure me, because I
You
want to
guys
cover up.
find enough cloaks and other old clothing, kind of from different eras, that are just kind of strewn about the room.
I'm
Quick.
grabbing the Centurion's armor.
Quick, look homeless.
Look homeless, really.
I
No.
don't
Do my
know.
ears?
I'm-
Do my ears? Feel, okay.
No,
the
they
hell?
don't.
So my ears are sticking out to the side. Got it.
Yep. I'm unsheathing my sword.
By
My
the time-
dad's stupid sword.
So as you guys are all putting on cloaks and whatnot, those of you who choose to put on any kind of armor, by the time you finish donning it, you see a very large, angry orc
Oh.
full plate in the doorway, with a red sash across his very shiny plate mail that seems to signify rank of some sort. He goes, "Graydon, why have you taken the humans into sanctuary?" And Graydon seems kind of baffled by his presence, as he did not realize someone went to the castle when you arrived.
Oh,
and
whoops.
so he tries to speak the move, Captain, it's okay. We are going to have them tried by the tribunal, as is written in the law." The captain, not really
Ooh.
hearing much of it, nor caring, swings at Graydon and knocks him onto his back unconscious.
I'm gonna take the sword and swing it at the blade that was attacking the priest.
No, he punches him
He
in the
just
mouth.
punched him in the mouth.
It's
Oh,
Yeah.
you
punch
guys
him.
are not close
Never
enough
mind.
to the area. So here we're going to bring up
Never mind.
the church.
Am
Is it
I
just
close
this-
enough to the priest to do anything?
So at this point, you guys are going to be symboled by this compass. You are in. Oh wow, that is a tiny compass.
Yeah, it
Becoming
is.
larger.
So we're in the back
So
room.
you are in the back of the reliquary. The stairs are to your front. Then, if you come down the stairs and you make a left, you go out the main door of the church.
Gotcha. Are those all
So-
windows around us?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We are on second floor, though. Jumping
It's
down from
fine.
here could.
Nah, it's fine. It's the second floor. Tug and roll.
I am proficient in survival,
Oh, that's
nature,
fair.
and stealth. I got this.
Zarya has a broken spine.
Uh-oh.
I draw my bow.
Yeah. It's so you guys all kind of arm yourselves and are ready to take down this large individual. And he kind of chuckles stuff, going, "Fucking priest. Thinks he can hide these humans from sitting in front of the tribunal. What do you need to go sit in the dungeon? It looks like you've already found the lantern that we tried to keep away from prying eyes for many years. That priest sticking his nose where it shouldn't have been."
Yeah,
he
well, I
looks at you,
stuck
goes,
my
"It
hand where it
looks-"
shouldn't have been.
He looks at those of you who have, you know, appearances that shouldn't be normal. He goes, "It looks like some of you have already found your power. Means that I need to kill you slightly faster."
Well, come on then, you big dumb bitch.
So I can understand Orcish. Do I try to reason with him?
You're
He's
speaking in common.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's,
just in a fucking straight up fucking kickboxing stance. Let's
As-
fucking go, bitch.
As he starts walking towards you, you see 4 other individuals come up behind him
Ew.
that are similar in stature to himself. They are also
Mhm.
large individuals.
I sheath my stupid sword and I look at Cactus and I go, "Hey
Ooh.
babe, wanna impress me?"
Is any of them still near the stairs?
Yes, 2
I-
of them are near the stairs.
I
Come on, I
can
live for you, babe.
dash towards one of them and shove him down the stairs.
I toss Cactus the sword
Alright,
while it's
hold
in the
on.
sheath.
Alright, so you toss it. I need Cactus to give me athletics.
Not
to
gonna catch it.
fuck up.
Damn.
Because I myself don't know how to sword fight. Like I can knife fight, sure, but I'm a much better fist fighter than I am a fucking weapon fighter.
Take the fucking sword.
I'm a,
The dude in plate armor?
I'm gonna punch him in the fucking throat.
dude, I'm a
Take
6-foot
the
beast. I'm
sword.
just shoving the guy down the
Whatever
stairs.
ideas you seem to have will work to some extent.
Oh.
So, Zeb, I need you to roll me athletics as well, my friend.
Wow.
Besides in plate armor, like the best thing to do against someone who's actually wearing plate armor is to go for the chinks and to wrestle.
Yes,
It's
yes,
incredibly
yes, yes.
tiring.
That's what I mean. If I shove him down the stairs, gravity is going to take care of it, and he's going to get dinged up.
Before we
What-
So
So
I need,
getting it in. Let's go, baby.
Hold
I
on.
need the Zebster.
What do
to
I
roll
do?
the athletics.
What dice do I roll?
If you click on athletic skill on your D&D Beyond sheet.
Oh, geez. Just click on the
So if
0?
you go to your character sheet, there's a little skill thing that says athletics.
Yeah, strength,
Click
athletics.
on the little numbers to the right.
Boy.
You should see. Yep, there you go.
Oh, what's going on?
I can't
Alright,
believe that between
the
me and
dice is
Cactus,
rolling.
I'm the one that actually knows how to fucking sword fight.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Babe,
I
babe,
actually do.
help me out here.
17?
I don't exactly have a whole lot
Alright,
of need
so,
for sword fighting in
All
the
right,
army.
all right, lock it up, guys. Come on, we got a lot of stuff to cover here, and you're
Yep.
currently in combat.
Yep.
Use your brain bits. So, Zeb, in your ultimate grandeur, you run yourself forward and just push one of these guys down the stairs.
Oh my god.
And he just goes tumbling
It worked.
down the stairs in a large clout of metal and sound, and is now at the base of the stairs and seems to be unconscious.
Sweet.
Unfortunately, you are now next to a very number of angry individuals.
Oh, I didn't go down with them? Okay.
Did you want to?
No. I mean,
You just
no.
said you were pushing them down the
This-
stairs.
this is
so I'm
true.
not sure.
Okay, yeah. So it worked. All right, cool. I
Yeah.
can also dodge, so I can get back.
For now, just take a step forward, aim the large blade towards the captain, and go. You know what? You call yourselves better and needing to execute us, but here you are actively attacking a holy man. Who is the real villain here?
Ethics isn't my strong suit. It's time for crumping.
I believe that.
Oh no.
So if you guys would like to pick symbols off the right hand, to represent yourselves in the fight, I currently have Zeb's down as the dagger near the stairs. The compass is just where you are starting.
Yeah.
I wanted the fist.
I'll take the fighter.
I wanted the fist.
I'm
Well,
taking
this
the
is the guards.
obvious. I was near the priest before, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So you were, in a sense, in the back of the room where the rest of us were in front of you.
Yeah,
So
because I was with the lantern.
we were between you and the orcs, whereas now I'm next to the stairs. Okay.
I'm gonna check on the priest. I guess since Cactus refused my sword, do I still have it? Since he wouldn't even roll.
I'm surprised I didn't do an intellect
Yes.
check because that was a really
Okay,
dumb move
cool.
on my part.
Neato. Gonna stand up and just kind of hold my sword out because I actually know how to sword fight. Fun fact about me, guys.
All right. So now we come down to talking about the combat system. Zeb
Ooh.
got a surprise move on the guards.
I have an opportunity attack.
So you did. That was your opportunity to shove a stupid asshole down the stairs.
All
So
right, label yourselves.
Label says you get the second. So at this point in time, the way combat is going to work in this campaign is that it is going to be a very XCOM style situation, which means that one side will do their actions, the other side will then do their actions and then rotate. So it is turn-based, so use your actions accordingly. Talk to your compatriots to figure out the best way to wombo combo yourself into the beautifulness that is the butt kicking. So,
Okay, for those who played XCOM, the best way to do it, focus one thing until it dies. Numbers mean everything in XCOM.
I already took out one.
that he did.
He's unconscious. He ain't getting back up.
Then I'd say I'm gonna bum rush. I don't know if you can see my marker. It's a really like on white is not a great color. Can you see that?
How do you make that?
Right click.
Oh, snap.
You can change the color of your marker by clicking the paintbrush.
Oh, bitchin'.
Paintbrush.
All right. So at this point in time, go ahead and discuss your actions. Once you're all settled, essentially tell me to hit the end turn button once you have done your actions, and I will go forth with the NPCs.
I'm thinking I'm gonna fucking push up and hit this bastard.
Okay. Go ahead and
And
move thyself and position
probably-
thyself for attack.
Basically focus these three down, get them out of the fight, and then we all just gangbang homie.
I want to
Alright.
slip between Latte and Fly and go help Zeb out since he's kind of isolated.
All right. You guys can go ahead
I
and move
am
your icons as needed, and just make sure
back
that
in this
I will be
corner.
able to keep. I will be able to keep track of what's going on. Just as you guys are putting forth actions, move yourself in accordingly and explain yourselves,
Hmm.
and then we'll do
Well,
the
you move in and
rolls.
go straight for the captain.
Yeah, as I say, we need to get.
I think we want to concentrate fire on the captain. That he can't organize his little cronies.
So
Hey,
it's
if you
like,
wanna burn his ass down, we can do that too.
you guys
Alright.
focus on him while the three of us kind of worry about these small fries, where we get support from Fishy.
All right. So I'm gonna go from front to back now that everyone's moved. Zeb, you have one guard in front of you. What do?
The actions in combat thing.
Yes.
Okay. I tell you what, since I did pretty good shove before, I'll do a grapple.
You're gonna grapple the guy. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Do that sweet thing, my guy.
The athletics roll again.
No, you hit the
no,
hit
it's-
DC.
Yeah.
The what? You both.
DC. Next to it, to the right, where you see range, and then you see. Well, wait, you're grappling.
He's
I
got to
think
do a
gra-
strength
grappling
check.
is-
A
yeah,
strength check?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This one. Gotcha.
Why grapple when you can use magic? That's what I always do.
Because you're right next to me. I held him still. Now you do the damage.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna stab him.
I got a 12.
No, that's a
12,
strength.
alright.
A strength save?
It says a 10 plus 2. So 12.
I think that was a. It might have been a
It says
No, it's
save. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
you need to
yeah.
do a check.
Oh. It might be the same.
It is. It's basically, it's that upper left part is what you're going to be using to basically just get yourself in there. So we'll just pass along that for now. So yeah, you got a 12. The guy didn't do too well, so you grapple him real good. So you got him around the legs.
Sweet.
He ain't going nowhere.
Cool.
Yeah. So you guys see Zeb now has this guard here by the leggy bits.
Got a sweet layup, guys.
All right, Cass.
What kind of armor? What can I tell? Like, if there might be any weak
Were they
So-
all
so
plate armor?
Is he wearing plate?
the
Are they all
captain-
wearing plate, or is he wearing leather?
The captain is wearing full plate. The rest of them are wearing half. So only their
Ah.
torso and upper legs and helmet are what they have on. The rest of it looks to be either leather or chain, depending on what.
Neato.
That's why I went
rank
for the
they are.
legs.
I'm gonna swing my short sword because what else am I gonna do? I have no magic.
Yeah.
Damn. Fucking 7.
You roll with
Fuck me.
advantage because the guy's grapple.
Oh, I roll with advantage? Neato!
Yeah,
So
because the
do you want
guy
me to
you're
just roll
swinging at the
again?
grapple. Yes. And if it's higher, we'll take that result.
No, it's not higher.
So you just
Dinged
you
him.
wail on him, and nothing seems to break through. You do make contact, but you don't hit any of the soft spots. So you just whack him like right in the shoulder part of the plate, and as you hear a ting, and he's just like, ow, as he's now has Zeb around your ankles and got tinged in the shoulder by you.
He's
Alright,
in.
Fisher Biscuits, Zarya, what you doing?
I am
I have to
shooting an
step back for a
arrow
moment. I have
at the
to go
big
to bathroom.
boy.
At who be your target of the doom?
The big
captain?
boy.
Alright.
Yeah, the captain.
Alright. So for ranged combat, this is actually good that you're using a ranged weapon because I explained the rules for it in this world. Because you're using a ranged weapon, you can roll either your natural to hit, and it will usually hit just center mass of the target. If you want to go for any particular body part that seems to be either less armored or you want a specific effect in play, such as dropping a weapon, crippling them so they can't run away, or hitting them in the face because they're not wearing a helmet, comes with certain difficulty modifiers. So you can, whenever using a ranged weapon, say, I would like to either shoot them in center mass or just shoot them normally or hit them normally, and you will have a normal roll. Or if you would like to do something fancy, say so, and I will tell you what the chance is to break it.
Okay. I'm not gonna do
Okay.
anything fancy yet. I just shoot my arrow at him.
All right, roll the dice.
Oh, this. Oh, a 12.
Longbow to hit.
That is a hit, but no damage.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
So he's
He
been
has a nice accessory.
he's been dinged twice, and he has me on his legs. Nope, you did the captain. Never mind.
Yeah, the captain. And I just get ready to notch another arrow. And just vibe in the back.
I humbly request.
Sorry, the wife called. All right, so you shoot at the cap, and you see it fly, and you do hit him, but it doesn't penetrate the plate. It just kind of tinks off him and kind of goes wide
Doing.
after the shot lands.
Okay.
All right, Nate, what do?
Got my
Sledgehammer
Yeah.
that I brought from the house.
Heck yeah.
With the non-slip grip, two-handed, swinging at the center mass on the captain.
Very nice, very nice. Make it happen, Captain.
That was a natural 20.
Nice.
Get fucked.
You funk him right in the center of his damn plate. So roll damage.
But I rolled a 1 on my damage dice.
Oh.
That's 3 damage.
Yeah, so you roll min damage on it, but you funk him right in the chest. He definitely feels it, and you see the plate kind of buckle in the center. You leave a nice imprint there. He doesn't seem shaken by it that much, but he is not having a good time. You did give him a good whomp.
I'd also like to say after I hit him and he doesn't like react to it, I want to say, for the record, I don't want to be here any more than you want me here. So
I love it. I'm here for it. As Els just mentioned, we said Nate went for the front nuts. Called
this
it
is an
yesterday.
exceptionally effective hit. That would be terrible.
That'd have some AC to it. All right. So, Latte and Sveto, do either one of you have a preference of who goes next, or do you just want to go what order?
It
I was
doesn't
gonna
matter to me.
I was gonna go for a grapple.
Okay. Sveto, go for the grapple. He's shaking. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do
I'm
it.
gonna
Do
say
it.
I am here-ish somewhere. I don't know if you can see me while I'm moving my thing. I don't know if that counts as flanking or not.
It does.
Okay.
So you
Sweet.
get the advantage on the strong check.
Ooh.
I'm so glad I have advantage. It doesn't fucking
Ooh.
matter.
Ooh, let's see. Maybe he fucks up too. Let's find out.
Nah.
He just beats you. So you go to grab his legs, and he
I'm
just
going for
like
his neck.
Are you going for his neck? Yeah, he kind of pulls your arm, so you don't really have an effective grapple. You are on him, but you're not doing anything. He's taller than you originally thought when you went for
You're
it.
supposed to go for the legs.
Zeb whispers while underneath. All right, Latte.
No, this is how you do it.
You look like you're doing great up there.
Go for a body swipe of a greatsword, very least.
All right,
Yikes.
swing. Nice.
Oh, dang.
So you get a nice side swing right into it. You just barely miss Cactus.
I was
who's
about
on
to
his back.
say.
But you do land a nice solid hit into the side of his plate, and you kind of make him lurch a little bit. Roll me damage.
Dang.
I should be
Nice.
re-rolling one of those. So give me one
Go
here.
for it. Roll me a single d6.
Where do you go for rolling a single
Left
D6?
side, the little circle with the dice in it. Click on it and hit the d6 one.
I hit it.
What'd you get?
Hold up.
There
goes.
it is. 5. Cool. So you did 10 damage in total. Yeah, you give him a good shunk right in the side.
Nice.
You get right underneath the plate, and you get some nice sweet meat through his chain. He's not happy about it, and he's hurting. He's not having a good time.
I just have
and you
one thing
got
to
some
say
good
real
sunk.
fast.
Do it.
Last chance to surrender.
Oh.
All right. So, enemy's turn. Here we go. So, at this point in time, one of the mains is going to move up between Latte and the captain. One's going to come up behind Sveto, and the other one is grappled. So, the
He
one
ain't
that's
going
currently
nowhere.
grappled by Zeb is going to try and break the grapple, and he doesn't. He actually somehow gets grappled more. Somehow. Not doing a good time. All right, one that comes up behind Sveto is going to punch Sveto in the kidneys.
Ow.
And doesn't break your AC. He misses and hurts his hand on the captain's back armor.
Nice.
He swings again with his other ham. And what's your AC?
I don't know.
Cactus?
Does the Centurion's armor actually do anything?
It covers your front, not your ass.
Bro, have you not seen our segmentada? Lorca segmentada covers the back too.
It got altered.
It doesn't break your AC, so he hits you. You get thumped in the kidneys, but you don't take damage.
Bitch, I'm fucking you up.
All right, Latte, the guard in front of you goes to swing at you with its long sword. And
turn.
what's your AC, Latte?
One moment, I forgot to actually equip the armor I meant to equip. I feel bad.
If you have just like regular street clothes on, it's 10 plus your dex bonus.
I have lever on.
Then that's 12 plus your dex.
Oh, I
So
see.
11.
AC. Gotcha.
You have an 11 AC?
Yes.
Oh, is your dex -1?
No, it's studded. It's studded. It's
Oh, it's studded.
11. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm a hit.
All right, so that
what?
makes it a 10. So he hits you but doesn't do damage. Like you kind of glance it off your shoulder using both your sword and your armor. So he doesn't do anything lethal, but you're gonna have a nice bruise there in the morning. All right, and now the cap is gonna try and get the monkey grappler off his back. All right, roll me strength check there, Cactus.
Cactussy.
Please no.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that cactusy. I said that on stream today.
I hate all of you.
11.
I was like, yo, babe, where's your cactusy?
So he beats your strength. He grabs you by the shoulders from behind him
The
and
fucking
just
judo throw.
fucking yeets you
The
across
You
the
got
room.
fucking judo thrown.
So you get thrown over Nate, and now you're on your back behind him.
Damn.
Can I make an athletics check to roll with it? Having
Sure.
been thrown
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot in my
Try
life.
it.
Oh,
Try
wow.
it. Go
Okay.
for it. Roll that athletics check. I'll take the context.
I'm learning.
Yep.
I'll go fuck myself.
You
to
eat
six.
shit. You eat shit.
Damn.
You just land flat on your back. You feel the armor kind of crunch you a little bit, and the wind gets knocked out of you.
Take a breather.
You're gonna have to give me an athletics to get back up when it's on your turn. And Nate, the captain's gonna swing for the fences with his fist towards your head. What's your AC currently?
I guess I should have asked. Did I have time to don my army football helmet before we started this fight? Because I definitely had that with me.
Hold on. Do I have a coin flipper in here? No, I don't have a D2. All right.
Do you
Odds
need
or
the
evens?
coin flipped?
Hold on. Odds or evens, Nate?
Evens.
You do not have the helmet on.
Damn. Seems like it'd be a really good idea. Then my armor class is 13.
So he hits you, but you kind of block it with your arm. All that army training comes into effect. You kind of come underneath of it
Finally.
and just go, You feel the strength behind the blow, so it does kind of push you back a little bit, but not enough that you lose your footing.
Did Nate's
Alright.
himbo mode just activate?
All right, and then we swap back over to you guys. All right, Zeb, you are still grappling. Since he screwed up real bad, you ain't got to check again. What do with the mans?
Oh, jeez. I do have an out of character question. Did I do the right
Yes.
roll last time I did that strength check? Was I supposed to do the one that's like at the top
I think it's
left?
Yeah, it's your top one.
So not the
It's
saving
not
throw
the-
modifier.
Not the save, your
Gotcha.
actual modifier. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. All right.
You can depending on what's better, you can use that, or if you have proficiency in athletics, you could use that too. Especially if you have good context for what it is, like if you did wrestling in high school or something like that, then it's like, yeah, you can use your athletics for it.
Okay. I mean,
Anything here is limited just by your imagination.
so at this point, the guy's grappled. He's been dinged or at least hit. So he's a little dazed, I
Yes.
would imagine.
Yeah.
So I could take my advantage of sort of doing the same thing yet again that I did to the first guy. Is just
Are you
getting
gonna throw him
up.
down the stairs.
Yep.
Well, it's either throwing him or like punching him underneath the chin to like knock him back and he would just fall down the stairs.
So it's your choice. Either you can give me athletics to throw him down the stairs, or you can roll to hit him and see if you punch him in the jaw and make him fall down the stairs.
I think I'll go with just another shove. So
Okay.
athletics.
A boosh.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Go for the yeet.
Oh, it's not looking good.
Did we get the yeet?
It's a 5.
Damn.
That's a negative on the yeet.
Yep.
You try to move him, and he's not going anywhere.
Dang it! I didn't get anything because she dinged him in the
Russian
shoulder.
leg sweep.
I mean, I
It's
was thinking
got a
I
little
should have.
bit, but it's still on the lower side of your athletics check.
I was like, I should have just like tried to like just shove him back while I still had his legs, but I didn't know. It's just a shove, I guess. Yeah, just get up and shove. I should have done like an improvise. Jiu-jitsu move. I don't know.
Cass, what you doing? Zeb still has him by the leg, so you get advantage on attack rolls against that one individual.
Can I try to push him down the stairs?
That was the initial plan.
Athletics.
Athletics? Okay.
Skill.
Oh man, I'm a weak baby. Let's go. 8.
No,
Uh-oh.
you
That
you go
beauty.
to push him, and hold on, you have it's go ahead and roll with advantage because he is grappled fully.
Oh, okay.
Zeb still has him by the
alright.
legs, so roll again.
Alright. 8.
Tried but
Did you roll
tried.
another 8? Oof.
Yeah, I rolled another
So
8.
you tried your damnedest, and he's not budging. He's really trying to get out of the grapple with Zeb there.
I should have.
Damn,
Alright.
sucks for this guy.
I'm gonna go for
So-
I'm gonna go for the punch next.
So let's quickly swap to Sveto Cactus. Go ahead and give me athletics to get your ass up back in the fight.
What the fuck is my dice? 6. No.
All right, so you get to move half distance. It takes
Our
you a second to
dice
get
need
back
to go
up.
into baby jail.
What kind of what kind of distance are we looking at for these?
You're gonna be able to move next to Nate, but not into combat.
Okay, I'm going this way.
You'd be right behind Latte.
That's fine.
It took you a second to get back up.
That's fine. I'll come without him.
All right, so fishy biscuits, or how about this? Let me say it this way: Nate, Latte, and Zarya. It's y'all three on the board. Just who wants to go first? You guys have an idea what you want to do?
Probably going for a captain again, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I think it's fine if Fishy goes here to try the arrow attack, and then between Latte and I, it doesn't matter.
Cool.
I
Then
will let the
fishy.
arrows go first.
Oh, let's see real quick. What is your? I don't actually know what our timetable is for this session today.
We got time.
Well, no, I'm saying like, are we going till like midnight my time?
I'd do 1 o'clock
No, we'll
my
be going
time.
towards. We'll be going a 3 hour or so from like 8:30. We'll probably go latest to like 11:30.
It's
Fine.
10
I just
o'clock for
I
me.
just
Yeah.
need to know how much coffee I need to brew.
No. We're not gonna be going super long unless you guys specifically want it, which
I mean,
We'll
I'm
talk
fine
about
with
that
going
later.
until midnight Eastern.
we'll cross that bridge as we go. We'll take it one step. So, at
Yeah.
that point in time, Zarya, hit me
I'm
with
just-
that range shot. What you got?
I'm trying.
I
Just doing
remember.
a regular.
We have a guy grappled.
Motherfucker, that's worse than last time.
So
I'm
you
not
still
very good
take
at
him.
this.
You hit him again, and
Yeah.
he looks at you as it tanks off his shoulder and is like growls at you. He's like, "Ugh." He's very angry. He's being tanked by your range DPS.
I'm just playing music at this point. Tink, tink, tink.
Ting, 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 ting.
All right,
Ting,
so
ting.
I do want to just move over. Is
yes,
the priest breathing?
yeah, he's fine. He just got knocked on con.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's alive. He's gonna have a sore head in the morning.
Hmm.
So
Alright.
at that point, Nate, show me
Alright.
what you got.
I would like to another sledgehammer swing, but this time I want to try to go into the outside of his kneecap.
All right, cool. Roll, make it happen.
21 to hit.
Damn. All right, yeah, you get him right in the damn knee. Roll me double damage.
Double
Oh,
damage.
that's much better.
Oh, sledgehammer to the knee.
14 damage.
14 damage. All right, so he goes down to one knee. You hear resounding crack
Ooh.
as he goes down. He is now eye level with you, Nate, just to
Oh,
kind of give you an idea of
he's
how
really
tall
tall.
he is. And he is looking at you through gritted teeth and is very upset with the situation at hand.
Did that hurt? That sounded bad.
That's a pretty mouth.
He's just very angry.
He's been
All right,
dinged
so,
up quite a bit.
Latte. Show me what
Captain down on his knees.
on a knee. Yes.
On a knee. I'm gonna take my blade, put it up to his throat, and make the single demand of tell your troops to
Hadouken!
stand down immediately, or else.
Is that your action?
Yes.
E.
He turns his head to you, and he grabs the blade and pulls you in
Uh-oh.
and grabs you
Oh
by the throat.
shit! Is he
I
gonna
will
kiss
go
the?
for the
Is
head
he gonna
cut.
kiss the
He
tiger?
cuts his hand. He cuts his hand while he's doing it, but his hand just envelops your sword. It's massive meat hook he has.
Yikes.
And so he just pulls the sword, you come flying, and he grabs you by the throat. And just through gritted teeth goes, "Who are you to make demands?"
Hmm.
All right. I'm
So
gonna.
enemy turn.
Yep,
Or
I'm
latte,
grabbed.
what you want to do? Yep, you are the grappled.
Hmm.
All right, Zeb, we're starting with your guy. Because he's still grappled, he's not happy about it.
Nope.
Roll me a opposing strength.
Oh. Resistance
To
skills.
keep him grappled.
Wait, roll a strength one?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, this ain't good.
What'd you get?
2.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's
He
pissed.
slams his fist down and not breaks your arms, but breaks your grip on him
Mm-hmm.
and headbutts you in the face.
Headache.
You take 3 damage.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Do I click on something to take that damage?
That's near your HP. There's like a little box that says heal or damage. Just put
Uh-huh.
3 and hit damage. And just keep track
Oh.
in your brain. All right, and now, Cass, I'm gonna need a strength check from you, my friendo.
What? Oh, no.
Oh yes,
A saving throw?
yes.
Oh, was I supposed to do a saving throw?
No, it's you were opposing.
15!
She's trying not to get grappled.
Gotcha.
15!
All right. Unfortunately, he
Shit.
grabs you by the shoulders
Oh no.
and throws you down the stairs.
Oh.
Fuck.
Say hi to his friend down there.
I yell
You
fuck
take-
you as he eats me.
You
Fuck.
fall down the first flight of stairs, so you are basically at the base of that set, and you take 8 damage.
Oh, I'm uncon. Gotcha.
Oh,
Yes,
damn.
You are.
Do I hear this?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all
You
heard
hear
it.
her get yeeted.
We all
As
heard
she
that.
screams "fuck you" and then funk down the stairs.
I was about to say something because exactly what would come out of my mouth if I saw the love of my life getting yoked down a pair of stairs, but then I realized it would get several people kicked off Twitch.
Yeah, so let's not.
He just goes into a rage.
I'm not streaming. It's fine.
I am.
Hey!
It's not fun.
Yeah,
Beep yourself.
fucking buzzer me.
No, I'm not gonna buzz you. I don't have that amount of time.
Nope.
So at that point, Cass gets yodered down the stairs and is now unconscious. Zeb
It's alright,
took some
bitches,
damage
I
from a
still have the
headbutt.
lantern.
That is true. You still have the lantern.
I got an idea of what to do next, though.
The other guard approaches the Zeb,
Ah, shit.
and he goes to push you down the stairs too.
Damn
Give
it.
me athletics to not get pushed down the stairs. Your ideas are
Saving
coming
throw.
back to hurt you.
Shit.
Guys, you noticed that this guy was, like, grappled. Why didn't you go for him?
They forgot the cardinal rule of
Take out small guys first.
Exactly. Deal with the ads.
I took out
before
one.
The boss.
It's a-
Alright, Zeb, he runs up to you
No, you
and just
didn't.
I
shoulder
got to
checks
take
you.
the big guy though.
Guys,
so.
guys, hold on, let me do my thing. So, Zeb, the guy runs up to you and just shoulder checks you.
Took a
and
little
you just
tumble.
fly down the stairs. next to
Fuck
Cass.
me.
You are now also unconscious.
I tried. I had such a plan. Damn it.
All right, the small guy in front of Latte, he's gonna take a swing at you, and he beats your AC with the longsword, and he's going to do 10 damage.
Oh, God.
Fuck!
We had a TPK.
Latte, you just got
That's 0.
KO'd. You're done.
No,
your
I'm
rings?
still up. I'm still up.
You're still
I got
up.
One.
Oh, you have one. Oh, he's got the one. Good.
I'm a fighter.
Alright.
I'm good.
And now the cap in front of Nate. He is going to swing on Nate now that he's closer. He beats your AC, and he gives you a good punch in the nose. Deals 4 damage to you. Give me athletics not to get knocked prone.
Damn it.
Athletics. 18.
18. So you don't get knocked on your ass. You're still standing, but boy, does it hurt. You just took a big ol' orc fist to the face.
You said 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He rolled low on the damage table.
Take it.
I feel like we're not supposed to win this fight.
I'm seeing
All
that.
right. At this point, it is. We'll start with Fishy Biscuits being the archer in the background, as Zeb and Cassie are now unconscious next to just the floor above the other guard that Zeb yeeted down the stairs at the beginning of the combat.
I need to ask, what was my damage when I fell downstairs?
Enough.
You're on con.
Okay.
You're at 0
You're at
health.
0.
Oh,
We're
okay.
unconned.
I'm gonna try the guy that just pushed 2 of my friends down the stairs.
Sure. Roll me that hit.
What, this guy right here?
Yeah. They
Right.
keep going lower.
Alright,
12
so
to hit.
you break his AC and you hit him. Roll me that damage.
Mhm. There you go. 8.
Nice. So you just launch this arrow. You're like, oh, this motherfucker. And you hit him square between the shoulder blades. And you see him fall down to his knees because he just took a longbow arrow to his back. He's not having a good time.
Hey, you hit my waifu!
You shoved 2 people.
You yeeted my Final Fantasy.
The cat did not land on her feet.
So
This guy yeeted her.
him.
This guy yeeted me.
So you hit him in the back with a longbow arrow, and you see him go to his knees and fall down the stairs because he's
Just
not
a
able
whole
to keep
pile
his
of arrow.
composure, and he lands on top of Cass and Zeb. Just a pile at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, something's wrong here.
All right, Nate.
Get 2 hammer. Ooh, 12 on the cat.
So you give a good thump to his chest, not anything detrimental, but enough to kind of rattle him, but not do damage. But you got a good hit in, so you got that going for you. All right, Cactus, you're still in the back lines. Go ahead and move thyself into combat and take your actions.
No, I'm
gonna
still
go-
grappled, right?
Yes, you are still grappled. We're gonna get to you in a second. I know
He's grappled
he
by this guy,
not in
right?
combat. No, by the captain.
Okay, I'm gonna sucker punch the ever living fuck out of this guy.
All right, roll me with advantage on that sucker punch.
Wait, who are you punching?
The little guy between Captain and
Little
him.
dude to the right.
Okay.
I can't make it around to the captain, so.
Roll me them punchies.
7?
Roll with advantage. Come on, get that
Yeah.
second.
9.
He just blocks the shit out of you. You got chumped.
Yeah,
You
we're
came
not.
up to the side of him and you
No,
just
it's our dice,
whiffed.
bro. It's our fucking dice,
Alright.
bro.
Moment
Latte.
of peace.
you have 2 options. Either you can try and roll a strength check to break out of the grapple against the captain, or
Can I
do you
assist?
have
I'm
any
right
other
there.
ideas? You just burned your actions to try and sucker punch the guy. No.
I have ideas.
So a strength check to get out or other ideas.
The idea was to
Yes,
take out
what
the
other
small people
ideas
first.
that you have? Listen, ghosts, be quiet.
We're not ghosts. We're not dead. We're just unconscious.
He still has flesh exposed from when I cut him earlier,
Oh,
correct?
he doesn't have a helmet on, so his whole head's exposed.
Oh, there you go. Headshot, Fisher, headshot.
But yeah, he does have that one spot of flesh, but because of he's now down on that side, you can't see it as easy. But yeah, it is there if you were to
Wait,
try to like get
His
up in
face is exposed?
Mm-hmm.
there. Yeah, he doesn't have a helmet on.
Oh, he's gonna hate me.
Do the thing.
Alright. Since he wants to grab my neck,
Uh-huh. Remember,
I'm
his arm is
grabbing his face
outstretched.
and digging in the claws.
Okay, cool. Roll to hit
We
with
mean
the
for
claws.
the eyes.
All right. Roll that dice. I'll tell you if you hit him in the eyes or not. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
16.
Ooh. All right, let's see if you got him. Where's that sweet old Dicerino? All right, so you don't get him in the eyes, but you do get him a nice big old gash across his face. Roll that damage.
That's just gonna be a straight 3.
Yeah. All right. So at that point, because you've cut his face and he's infuriated with your existence, he yeets you.
I saw that
Get
coming.
eat up.
What?
Give me athletics to not fall out the window.
Oh, I was gonna say we're all piling up in the stairs. Nope, you get the window.
You get the window latte. Damn.
I rolled.
Just remember, stabbing latte is my
All right,
job.
so you're just enough that you just kind of get punked around against the wall. You
Mm-hmm.
take 2 points of bludgeoning and go to 0. You are now
I've had it,
unconscious.
But yeah.
You are ouchied.
I did.
Damn.
All right, the short man next to Sveto is going to roll to cut you with the long of swords, and breaks your AC, and gives me
Fucking
10
spilled
damage.
latte.
I'm unconscious.
It do be that way.
All right.
Oh.
So at this point, Nate, the captain is standing in front of you and looks around and says, "You've put up a good fight, but I told you, we don't take humans here for trials. You get cropped, and it looks like you're all out of ideas." And so he's going to take a swing at you with the mace that he has picked up from the ground. He's going to break your AC and give me 8 damage.
I'm down.
Mm.
All right, then this last guy is going to run up to Sveto.
I dropped my bow.
Oh!
I don't want to be here either. Obviously, there's no way that I'm going to survive this alone. I just want to go back home.
Do you get
And I see, like, as my husband's, like, dead.
escape out of a window?
As the captain kind of picks himself up and starts walking towards you, just very ominously, he goes to
Does he have a
walk
limp?
past Nate. Yes, he has a significant limp.
Yes.
He goes to walk past Nate, looks down at him, looks at you, goes, "You cherish this one, don't you?"
I do. And I lower my hands back down.
He's precious to you.
And he kind of gives you a smirk as he lifts up his good leg
Uh-oh.
and just stomps Nate in the chest. Those who are, well, sorry, you can hear some significant bone snapping, and you fear the worst as the damage is done. But as you sit
Jesus.
there watching this happen, something starts to happen amongst the bodies of your friends, including yourself. You feel a tingling sensation in your fingers.
Oh.
I think
And-
sensation.
As you look at your hands, green flames start to creep up from your fingertips down your arm as your being turns to dust
Oh.
ever slowly, as the tingling just slowly creeps up your body. As you look out towards your friends, you see the green and black smoke coming from the stairway, telling you that the same thing is happening to Cassie and Zeb. You can see it happening to Nate's body. You can see it happening to Sveto and Latte's bodies, as all of you are slowly being consumed by this green flame and being turned to dust.
If only I was
As
conscious.
it reaches your chest, the world goes dark.
Oh.
As you travel for what seems to be a while through the blackness that's around you, all of you at this point hear a voice from within the darkness. As you go to hear for this voice, a shape begins to metamorphosize as light is shed onto a room that seems to be, the best word would be underground or secluded.
Oh.
You see what looks to be the shape of a man sitting on a bed clad in obsidian, dark and dreary. As he sits up, you don't see his face, but you do see the rest of his body seems emaciated. It seems grayed.
Oh, is this the
It
Undying
seems
King?
sinewy. Like, it's just, he hasn't seen the light of day in years. He seems to be ancient. And through him, you just hear a voice as you see the green flames creep up his arms as he sits in the bed.
So the cycle begins again. Who has disturbed the Ouroboros?
And you hear
was
him
her.
just kind of
Yep.
give out a groan as the flames encapsulate him, and he is also turned to dust.
Oh.
You all wake up. The sun's hitting your face. There's dirt beneath your head. The wind seems to carry a salt-like smell to it as you come back to the world of the living. You don't know where you are or why you're here again, but you seem to find yourself in a very peculiar place. You find yourself in the center of this village. You're woken up by a passerby who comes by and kind of kicks you a little bit, asking if you're okay. The armor and weapons that you took from the reliquary are no longer on you. You do have what you came in with, but anything of importance that you tried to take in a moment of need are gone. Your clothing, though, seems to have been reset to something of this time period, where it seems to match the world around you. Very much cotton twill weaved.
What
among
about the
other things.
lantern that attached itself to me?
Hold on.
Okay.
We're getting there.
Mm.
As you all lay on your backs, kind of waking up to someone kind of kicking you in the ribs a little bit, being like, "Oh, you dead," and you all sit up. Some of you have your leather jackets you came in with have now turned into leather armor.
How sick.
Anything that you had that came with you seems to have been transmogrified to match the world around you. Your hands, your right hand specifically, burn significantly for a moment as you see the Ouroboros spin on your hand until it comes to rest to where it was before. And as you sit up to see the world around you, looking upon the quaint village you found yourself in, between the six of you sits the lantern on a metal post, swinging gently in the wind. Its flame still lit, but seeming to be burning dimmer than what it may have been a moment ago.
Can I reach the lantern if I
Yes.
try? Can I try to take the lantern?
Yes, you do take the lantern.
I take the okay, I'm gonna secure it to my belt.
Yes, that is a thing
Okay.
you do.
I'm the lantern keeper now.
I'm gonna tag
Mhm.
up Cat.
I'm
All
gonna
of
try
you
not to
who
fall.
suffered mortal wounds remember suffering mortal wounds. You remember the pain that came with it, but it seems to be a dull memory at this point in time.
Hmm.
Remember how do you remember the hummingbird hitting the wall? Now it's the wall hitting the hummingbird.
God.
Question.
Yes.
Interdimensional travel or time travel? Because now we're in the same world.
So you
The respawn button.
It's what I thought.
essentially, you have not dimensionally traveled anywhere. You have been reset.
I
And
like
now you find yourself in the
checkmate.
town of Saint Joanna.
Wait, St. John?
Joanna.
Saint Joanna.
Joanna.
Oh,
To give you an understanding of where it is on the map that Latte still has in their possession. You were here. You are now here.
Ugh.
That's got
So we still have to go through
Wait, where are we at? I'm sorry.
All right. Who?
You are here on St. Joanna.
Oh, sick. We traveled pretty far.
Do we remember the priest telling us about the glass keep?
Yes. You remember
Alright.
everything that happened up to the point where the flames took you.
Mm.
I'm gonna return Cactus's tackle hug with a weak and confused hug of my own. And double check that the lantern didn't fall off my belt in the impact of his embrace.
It did not. It seems
And
to be
then-
relatively secure to you no matter what you do.
Hmm.
And then I'm just gonna kind of look around and be like, alright, we need a better plan.
So, as you look around, you see that you're in a quaint village. Nothing of anything extreme. Once you kind of woke up, the person who was checking on you just kind of went about their day. No one seems to give you a passing glance or care of who or what you are.
So as I say, we sort of look like we belong, not sticking out as much as we did before, and also.
You still look like humans.
Oh, okay. But
these
he doesn't.
people
They
don't
just.
seem-
They don't care.
These people don't seem to care as much.
Gotcha.
It may be due to an education gap or the fact that they have shit to do. They don't.
Perhaps we should find somewhere where we can get some food and actually discuss things in privacy.
Hold your horses. So, Cass, as you're looking around, you look to the west to where the sun is coming down. You guess the main, and as you point this out to Sveto, between the two of you, you're able to guesstimate that 12 hours have passed.
Oh.
Don't know where those hours went, but you imagine that 12 hours have passed. And as you look further west towards where the sun is setting, where the ocean is, the horizon does not look like a horizon. It looks like a shimmering wall of purple. Almost if it's made of liquid crystal or something that reflects light significantly well. That seems to just break apart the horizon maybe a few kilometers away into the ocean from St. Joanna.
Oh.
And as you look north, you see a very large keep with a majority of its walls being built facing that shimmering purple vortex, that wall that you see amongst the horizon, with many a cannon pointed that direction.
Mm.
And you can assume, based on the map, that that is Jericho Keep.
Okay.
Give me an intelligence check, Miss Cass.
Oh no. Okay.
Smooth brain cat.
So
She just got
she
tossed down some
has-
stairs.
she
Give her a
has
break.
She has enough whereabouts to point out to the rest of you the shimmering purple horizon
Hey, look.
and the keep.
That makes sense.
Does anyone else want to roll me intelligence to see what they understand what the horizon is?
Considering
Yeah.
I got tossed down the stairs as well, sure.
I'll do it too.
The people that got
Hey,
tossed
17.
around.
I finally got a good roll. I got a 17.
There you go.
Hey, I rolled a
hell
3 on the
yeah.
die.
Oh my god.
So, Cactus, you kind of put 2 and 2 together because you know what a horizon looks like. You've seen it. You have brain cells that work. And you look towards the east across from where you can see, and you're like, okay, the horizons look the same that direction. So why does it look different this way? And you kind of put 2 and 2 together and realize that that's the physical representation of the veil.
Oh.
That is the break between you and the world you came from.
I relay this information.
We simply have to break through it and head west.
Except that between you and that is about 3 kilometers of water and a very large keep, and nothing that promises that you'll be able to make through.
Well.
We got our butts handed to us.
Yeah, we did.
We
That
if we're
fucking
gonna
hurt.
if we're gonna survive here, we need to pick up a little bit more skill than what we currently have. And also, as much as I loathe to say this, one of us is gonna have to try to see if we have at least one of us is gonna have to try to see if we have some kind of affinity to magic in this world, based on my small understanding of how D&D works. And
So-
this being that kind of situation,
A town like this isn't going to be good for that kind of thing, unfortunately. I'm
uh,
gonna point to the castle of death to the north of us. That might be the best place to go for training.
So
for training
in
with
the
a
town,
sword, maybe.
in the
Even
town
magic.
around you, just looking around, you guys see that there is a tavern, a couple of buildings seem to be full of some kind of record keeping, whether it's taxes, whether it's historians, whether it's just scribes. You'd have to go find out. But for the most part, you see it's just a quaint farmland. It's very straightforward, very easy, nothing too extravagant, a little middle class. Everyone has a job, everyone just kind of deals with their own stuff, but everyone's very friendly here. But Cass, you
Oh.
have a piece of your memory come back.
Oh,
You remember coming through the door before.
okay. What do I remember about it?
Just that you came through the door before this.
Oh.
That this is
Do-
not the first time you've walked through the hallway. Not
do
the
I
first time
remember,
you've used the
like-
key.
Do I remember like where I was when I came through the door before?
All you remember that in your head that's awoken is that it's the second time you come through the door, and when you did come back, you don't remember how, but when you did come back the first time, you were changed.
Told you guys, Kit did a thing.
The first time you left, you were a regular human. When you came back, you were not. But you do remember that the brass key has some significance. You just can't remember what.
I'm gonna quietly share this with Cactus.
Okay. Cactus, how do you react?
Huh? Sorry.
Perfect.
Huh? Sorry, I was just kind of lost in thought. What's up, my love?
I'm gonna smack him and then repeat it.
So repeat it.
Sounds about right.
She basically, you are told by her that this is not the first time she's been in this world. That this is the second time she's come through the doorway you guys came through, and she did come back once before. She doesn't remember how or what she did when she was here, but when she came back the first time, she was no longer human. She was the cat person you see in front of you.
Well, I don't know which I like more, cat you or normal you.
That's what I'm trying to get you to get out of this information, Cactus. Oh my god.
Look, I don't know what this place is. I don't know. Yes, that proves we can go back. It is possible for us to get back.
There you go.
But now we just need to figure out how we're gonna survive long enough to do that.
Well, one of us needs to become a healer. Do you have any idea who that might be?
Sure as shit ain't gonna be me.
Count me out.
I have terrible bedside manner.
As you guys are just kind of communicating amongst yourselves, you have been pointing out that there's a tavern and there's some other buildings you go talk to. But the day is getting late, so it may be time to find a place to sit down for the night. But as you're getting yourselves together to go towards the tavern, see if you can rent out some rooms, with what currency you may have, you see what looks to be, I don't know, well, more on the lines of that, someone runs into Cactus.
Oh,
And,
hello.
as you look at him, it is a man in a blue robe / cloak that's very tattered and covered in patches. It looks like he ran through a thrift store and attached what he had to himself. In his one hand, he carries a staff that looks like it was made out of scrap wood. The other hand, a very large whiskey bottle. He has a long drawn face with a long white beard and a silly hat that doesn't really match any descriptions. And he is heavily drunk and bumps into you, looks at me and goes, sorry, I didn't realize there was an Anacarva convention in town. I'm just
Careful,
gonna,
old man.
I'm not that old. Shut your mouth. He
Do
Oh,
kind
you
of
need
he
just
any
looks
walks
like a
help?
party.
You got to think back then, 30 was the
I'm
elder age.
I'm Maximilian the Magnificent, and he raises his whiskey hand, and you see a little like pew, like a little confetti fire shoot out of his fingers, like ugh, I'm
I,
a
like-
fucking
can I, like-
wizard.
Can I catch the confetti and try to play with
Oh,
it?
God.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
Can I
yeah.
examine
you
what
are
exactly,
enticed.
like, what does he have anything on his person?
He
like, on
has
his
like a
hip?
pouch on his belt, and then he has what looks to be like you would imagine some kind of scroll holders on his other hip. I mean, past that, fuck if you know.
Maximilian the Almighty. Huh?
So,
The Magnificent.
The
I'm gonna-
Maximilian the Magnificent.
I like this guy.
Yeah, right.
Perhaps you have
gonna-
some stories.
I do parties. Pew pew.
I'm catching the confetti as he's shooting it out.
so I'm not proud that I know this. Oh, see, I'm not proud that I know how to do this and how effective this is. But so I'm gonna put my hand on his left shoulder,
Uh-huh.
kind of turn him inside, so we're my shoulder to shoulder, like, hey, how you doing, buddy? Right. And when I'm spinning him, I'm gonna try to take the coin purse.
He doesn't have a coin purse.
He
You said
doesn't
you had-
have
he has
any
a
money.
pouch.
He's just a
Oh, you said
drunkard.
it was
So,
a pouch.
alright, no, never mind. Sure, roll me sleight of hand then to steal the old man's coin purse, because this
Oh my
couldn't
God.
possibly go wrong.
Unless he has like drunken fist skills.
16.
So you grab the pouch off his hip without him noticing, and he's gonna, oh god, I'm so, oh man, the elves making this ever clear. This is some otherworldly stuff. I'm gonna, and he kind of looks like a human, but isn't. You really can't tell what
The
race
fuck he
he
is.
is.
I'm
He's
gonna
just-
like.
Let's
just
take him to a
gonna-
place where you can sit him down.
And so
Yeah,
he's
So,
kind of
with
teetering
him-
as like Zala and Cass
With him
just
still
kind
in
of catch him.
The cat
and
girls are catching the drunk.
Cactus has the pouch. You open the pouch and it has like feathers, crystals, and like an eyeball in it. Like
Get
it's
out of here.
you with your little knowledge of other wizards you've played D&D with. You realize this is somatic pouch. It's for his components for his spells, and it has nothing of value in it that you know how to sell.
No, but it's useful for conversation.
Huh.
That's very useful.
Sure.
I can use it to. I can say, hey, I'll give it back to you if you teach me how to do magic.
You're
Alright, do you
wrong,
ask
Isaac,
that to
for-
him?
You are.
No, once
you
he's
are
sober.
not.
No,
Okay,
let him
wait.
let him dig his grave. Let him dig his grave. So,
Once he's sober.
do you ask him now?
No.
Oh, so you're holding his pouch, and you're just looking through it. Does
Do-
anyone else see Cactus rifling through the pouch?
Do we
I
plan
think
on?
I am paying enough attention to my fiance to see that. Yes.
You see Cactus playing with something as you're trying to keep the wizard from falling over.
What do you have, babe?
He dropped this, so I grabbed it.
Dropped it? Really?
Yeah. Look, I drop shit all the time when I'm hammered. You know how many times I drop my phone?
No.
The
'cause it doesn't
wizard
have any cracks in the screen.
shuffles around and he's kind of like leaning to one side, like holding himself up with the staff. It looks like, yeah, gibbet.
Give it back to him.
Nah.
Can you teach me how to
Hey,
do
he
that trick
puts
you just
it-
did?
Now you gotta give it back.
What do you
No
want?
more
Ready?
leverage.
It's this pouch doesn't just fall off my pants. I mean, I don't even wear pants. He goes, "Did you take this off my pants?"
Can I attempt to distract? Can I attempt to distract? with the
Sure.
super- Okay, I'm gonna like just kind of like
Roll
like.
charisma.
Oh, you want me to roll charisma? I got you.
Yeah, roll persuasion. You're trying to.
Roll
Oh yeah, charisma check is
persuasion?
fine. We'll see if
I,
you can even get his attention.
Got a
10?
10.
No, he is drunk and he is
Yeah.
focused on Cactus.
Yeah, there's a sexy cat girl in
Did-
front of me. He's focused on the
did-
rabbit man.
did-
I see. He's gay.
Did you take? Don't lie to the wizard.
I'm shooting dagger eyes at Cactus.
Pointing.
I think the rest of us are just kind of sitting back and just watching.
Speaker.
I walked away.
Get confused.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm hungry too, Fishy. Let's go get something to eat.
Yeah, let's go get some food. And I tug Nate along to, or Fly along too.
So the three of y'all leave. Zala, Cass, and Cactus to deal with the drunk wizard. Cool.
Grabbing a smoke.
So you're not answering this question. You're smoking a cigarette.
No, I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Peaky Blinders that shit.
Yeah.
God, I've never even seen Peaky Blinders, and I know what you're talking about.
Yup.
It's like
Bun person. Answer question.
it's like the one time you wish you had your. It's like the one time you wish you had your phone.
I didn't take anything out
He
of it.
points a finger at you and goes, "Sleep."
Oh shit.
Roll me willpower. So give me give me a charisma save. Let's start this early. Give me a charisma save.
Is Cactus charismatic?
17.
You fall asleep.
Are we far enough aware? Can we still hear
we-
Spec's
You guys
body
are
just
enough
drop?
that you guys are far enough away that you're like you still like you hear.
We
just
see
the
what's
word
going on, we're just-
sleep, and it seems to echo between your ears.
Oh.
And then you just see Cactus just flump to the ground, asleep.
Cass,
He's not
can
hurt or unconscious. He is just in a deep slumber.
Guys, hurry up and get your
Yeah,
popcorn.
Sleep, baby. Let's go.
Anyway, now that Cactus is asleep, I'm gonna step between this drunken wizard guy and my now unconscious fiance, and I'm just gonna kind of like wiggle my ears a little bit. And
Yes, cat lady. Is the bun man important to you?
yeah, he is actually, and I apologize for his stupidity. He is woefully, he is woefully unaware that there are consequences to his actions.
I am the two drunks to deal with him.
Fair. I am
You deal. Oh wait, hold on. Pew, confetti.
I think at this point we're all back with our food and just watching.
He goes, fine, wake. And you wake back up, Cactus, from your slumber.
Is my cigarette still lit, or did I crush it?
Yes. No, you're fine.
I will try much harder to keep a handle on him. It's
How
very
long
hard.
is
Like, you
it
see the
like
size difference between the two of us, right?
You seem like an honest cat person. And he kind of takes your hand. He goes, I gift to deal with the bun man. And he
Hey, I
puts
said
something in your
yes,
hand
I
and
told you the
closes your
truth.
hand. And it's different. And he points finger at you and goes, "Pew!" Shush. And he puts something in Cat's hand and closes it. And goes, deal with help. It will help. And he just kind of taps your hand a little bit and tries to like walk towards the tavern. But I imagine like Zalas keep making sure he doesn't like fall
Let
over.
me
Yeah.
give you a hand.
Yeah, so you help him towards the tavern. Cass, when you open your hand, it's a ring. That on the inside of the ring, only that you can see at this point in time, it says dance mode on it.
At this point, the three of us that got food came back and we're just sitting there having dinner and a show.
Yeah. So he basically gave you a magical ring that has 3 charges that basically has to be recharged every day, where you can basically have command word dance on a creature within eyesight.
She's getting all the cool stuff.
I put the ring on.
She gets
It
the
is
lantern, she gets the ring. The fuck?
Oh man, I'm the main character here.
No, you guys are gonna get some good stuff. It was the fact that he
She's got a
knows that
dancing
the bun
ring.
person deals with the cat girl. He's like, yeah, you don't suck here. Have this trinket I made decades ago.
Let's get you to a tavern. Maybe you can tell us some stories over some drinks.
No drinks.
That's like more like food.
Nachos.
Oh.
Hey, I could go for some nachos. I'm chasing down Zala and the wizard man. I want some nachos.
Dude, yeah, we
I
never
was
said
allowed
what
to.
we left to go eat. What did we bring
I look
back?
at Cactus and I say dance.
Yep. So you can do one or
Already.
two things. So Doug, you can do one or two things. You can either challenge it, or you can
Jeez.
go with it.
No, let me do this. Let me do
He's
this. Let me do this.
asleep.
No, I won't.
No, he's awake now.
Oh, okay.
Let me
He
do
got
this. I'm
woken
gonna
up.
no. I'm just gonna going to salsa/samba dance my way down the road after the two of them.
I hate it.
Is this
There
due
you
to the ring or is his own accord?
It's due to the ring.
It's the
Okay, I
ring.
was just saying.
Knowing how to do that dance is just me.
This is
Cool.
the
So
This is the
all of
best
you
present the drunken
go
man's ever given
towards-
me.
It's as if we
towards the
didn't
tavern
stand out
with the
already as it
wizard.
is.
And Cactus is just dancing his way towards the tavern.
Excellent.
You all enter. No one really gives you guys much of a side glance. You just kind of look like a bunch of random travelers. Again, most of the people here don't seem to really care that you are different. So they're
Epic.
just kind of here for it. You know, they're just kind of doing their own thing. You lead the wizard to a table and he sits down. And he looks and he looks at the barkeep and just kind of stares at him for a second. And stares back at the table. And she goes, nachos. And then a plate of nachos sprung up in front of him.
Oh shit, yeah.
And he's like, oh god, finally. And he starts eating. He's like, man, that server was amazing. And just starts eating the food in front of him.
I love the service here. It's actually really good.
Yeah, service is great.
10 stars
Yes,
on
yeah.
Let's go.
He's like, oh yeah, this is great. Pew! Confetti. Like,
Pew!
the people seem to know him relatively well.
As confetti
It's-
man.
Well, it's Maximilian the Magnificent.
He does like the
they know
finger.
who he is.
He does the finger
Someone
guns
here-
often.
Someone of your glorious magnificence should have a story or two they could tell.
Or-
As he's
or
eating the
some
nachos, you
knowledge.
see him to become more sober as he eats the nachos, like faster than someone normally would become sober as consuming food. You may believe that these nachos may be extra dimensional or just magical in general as he's consuming them. He goes, ugh, that fills me up every time. Oh, I hate this Everclear, and it will be the death of me.
Please don't puke. Deep breaths, and if you feel like you're going to puke, if you actually like, press the tip
You're
of
trying to
your
walk him
thumb
through it, and he just
against
kind
the
of.
roof of your mouth. It'll
You
stop
see
it.
him lift up his right cheek, and you just
Is
hear. Ugh.
anyone else getting the idea that this guy is like from our world? Because he has confetti coming out of his fingers. He has nachos and Everclear.
This man is
That's
my
like a
friend.
good time.
This man is my
so-
friend, yeah.
So,
I take it he's a hit at
so,
children's parties.
Max
Confetti
Maximilian
fingers.
Yes.
Magnificent,
Yes,
thank you.
cat person.
Thank you for the ring. I have already used it on him because
I
he's extra and deserves it.
made it many years ago. I always think it's a fun party toy to give people.
I love parties.
I knew he did children's
And
parties.
I love your confetti. But I do have to ask because my companions and I are woefully ill prepared for possibly the journey that we plan to undertake. While your magic definitely absolutely would have its uses, I was wondering if, and I'm gonna pull on knowledge that might confuse you, based on obviously how young I am. Would you happen to know of anyone that could teach me druidic magic? If I were to have the affinity for it.
Oh man, and he gives himself like a big stretch. He's like, ugh. So, if you want to learn druidic nonsense, you're gonna have to go to the forests of the north. But
I hate
I
forests.
wanna. And he kind of looks at you. He's like he's looking at you guys for real this time. Now that he's not
He's had-
totally hammered.
He's had nachos.
Yeah, he's had magic nachos. And she goes, why do you... And he's kind of like, she's like, you're not from here, are you?
That's putting it lightly.
What gave it away?
Yeah. No, we're not.
The glasses and ball caps, smartass.
Oh, wait, hold up. You recognize ball caps.
But you
I've-
should recognize this.
that's
I'm
the
gonna pull
thing,
out my
he's-
phone and be like,
He has said Everclear and he said nachos. He recognized ball caps. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure you understand the glory of AT&T.
I'm like leaning in, like across, like I have my like both palms down on the table, like standing up and like leaning over the table. Are you from here?
Yes, but also no. But also yes.
I
A
knew it.
wizard never deals in absolutes. So listen.
You know what? I can agree with that.
Only Sith deal in absolutes. But
So
still.
you
He gets the
are
Leon.
all not from here, as I can blatantly, obviously tell.
Pew!
Good news
Confetti
is
finger.
No one's gonna give a shit in here. Pew! No one's gonna give a shit in this town about you being different, which is, I guess, is a good thing. And he catches a glimpse of the sigil on the back of Catherine's hand as she's leaning on the table, and goes, "Oh, you've met him, huh?"
Yeah, she did a thing.
I did.
Who is him?
On purpose. I just, but
The
yeah, who is
priest.
him?
I would imagine the priest.
Not the priest. It's never the priest.
Oh,
You
the
met him.
Undying King?
So you do know a little bit about the world you're in today.
I had a feeling it was him, but I had no confirmation at the time.
Well. As you can see, and he lifts up his hand, and you see that there is a very faint scar of the Ouroboros on the back of his hand.
Wait.
He goes, I've met him once as well.
Gotcha.
World-eating snake.
Is that why
It's
you
not
drink
a-
so much?
No, that's because I get bored.
Fair, yeah, I too drink.
Also, once you've been dealing with birthday parties all day, you need to just turn your brain off like a kick to the head. And that's what it's here for.
Yeah, confetti can only take you so far.
Yeah, exactly. It's boring.
I catch the confetti.
So,
I've just been stuffing
If
confetti in
you're-
like my bra.
and he looks closer. Who's sitting next to him? Are you guys sitting in like a half booth at a
Probably
table, or
me,
just sitting
because
at the
I
table?
helped him sit down and stuff.
Okay.
I was probably sitting next to him, and Cactus
He-
is probably sitting next to me.
He sits forward and he goes, okay. He kind of grabs Bridget's nose. He's like, all right. Then you learning magic isn't gonna work. He goes, there's a reason. As he's like rubbing his eyes, he's just like kind of like waking himself up because he's just like brain processing. There's a reason you don't seem to understand or feel the magic around you is that you can't.
Oh.
Because I'm
you're
human.
humans. Exactly.
Okay, so what do I need to do to be able to use magic? Because these
what
fools,
was your name,
I've-
cat person?
Cassie.
Lean.
I'm interested in
Lean
learning
closer
myself.
to me.
Okay, I'm leaning in.
And he just kind of pokes you right between your eyebrows and goes, release.
Oh,
And
shit.
as he boops you in the eyebrows, a crystal falls out of your head and onto the table, and your cat ears and your tail disappear.
Sorry.
Give those
That's
back!
what she really
Hey,
looks
can you
like.
put those back on? She was cuter with them on.
He
I'm
picks
more worried
up
about the crystal coming out of her
the
head.
crystal. He picks up the crystal and goes, you've been here before. And
Yes.
without looking up at you, he snaps his fingers, and the world around you seems to stop. So all of you seem to move in real time, but everything around you is either slowed down or stopped completely.
Damn it, Cass, what'd you
Feel
do
like
this
there's
time?
about to be an explanation that doesn't involve Purvis for once in her life.
You are different. And he's talking to all of you at this point.
Yeah, because all of us are wondering why we're all just moving and no one else is.
Yes. He goes, you have a void inside it. And I apologize for bringing you to this in-between to speak freely of this. Not many individuals know of not only the in-between, but of the fact that humans are voids.
Oh.
Humans seem to exist in a interesting niche when it comes to the world of magic. Much like there are those that have an affinity for it, such as the elves and myself, there are those who have no affinity for it. Those were the humans. They had a resistance to certain magical entities, and they had an affinity for finding and pushing the limits, for they themselves could not be absorbed by it. What you call science is what we call magic. You took a different approach for it all those years ago,
Nice.
and because of it, you shattered the world that we're standing in. I imagine the priest you talked to told you about the Calamity War.
I think he was
Correct,
starting
although we
to.
didn't get too much detail on it.
It's because of these, and he holds up the crystal again as he puts it like gently against Cass's head, and it gets reabsorbed, and your ears and tail come back. Like you just revert to what you looked like before. He goes, "These are known as shards.
Hmm.
The magic humans came up with to start the Calamity War was known as soul magic.
Oh.
You cannot learn magic. It must be taken."
I see.
And I don't mean by force. I mean in the sense of humans found a way to pass their skills on from one generation to the next,
Oh.
taking out the ability of losing skills and abilities to the ages and to death. A soldier who was a veteran on the field of battle could sacrifice or sanctify himself with the councils and give up a copy of himself to be used for the next one in line. His skills would be compounded onto the next one, and so on and so forth. So their
You're
skills
saying-
never truly died.
So
You're
if
saying
I
these
wanted
shards
to...
are the embodiment of this generational pass down.
They're an engram of the person it was taken from.
So where
That
would I have...
explains Keanu Reeves.
Where would I
Mhm.
have gotten a Tabaxi's shard?
I imagine when you were here last.
Maybe you killed the tabaxi and took its shard.
Or they just
They
gave it
don't
willingly.
know me. I'm not a murderer.
You don't
So does-
have to kill to take the shard. If they give up their engram willingly, and you have someone who has that magic, they can just make a copy. But the issue is that it raised a lot of questions of if you do take what is essentially considered the soul out of a body, or you add another one in, does it create a husk? What happens to the old one? It became an ethical dilemma amongst the Covenant, as I imagine you've been told. And that's what started the Calamity War. So
course,
in
they're gonna
this
fear the
instance, you, my dear Cassie, have a Tabaxi crystal. Have you noticed why there are no other half-breeds in the world that you've walked so far? Because half-breeds don't exist.
I'll point over to Svet and just go, so does this mean he has a jackrabbit soul?
And it's a heron gone.
He might.
Oh, come
But
on.
I
I don't want
don't
to be
sense
small.
one.
Herringons are so small.
I don't sense one in the rest of you. So I cannot answer why you have these appearances in your person. It could be a stroke of luck, or it could be another magic that is stronger than my own. But I do know that she has one, because she was here before.
These aren't real. And I take off my cat ears.
That explains you.
Yeah, she's cute when she wears cat ears.
Just gotta wiggle
I'm
my
gonna just
tail,
hug on my ears.
wiggle my ears. Nope, they're real.
I'm just gonna tug on my
So-
ears. I'm gonna pull them off. Oh,
So
nope, those
that
are real.
means that if you want to learn the magic, you're gonna have to find someone that either can create the engrams or take it from someone.
I'm not a forceful person. I feel bad when I even pick on someone a little bit.
Could you possibly
What about
teach
you?
us?
I
You're the wizard.
don't
That's not
know
druidic
how
magic.
to make the shards. That was an art that was lost when the humans were pushed out of the Veil. But that doesn't mean that you can't find the secret amongst where they once dwelled.
Where would that
They
be?
told us to go talk to the Grand Wizard. Is that somebody?
Ah, that dickhead.
Lovely.
I mean,
He
our
thinks
choices
he's
were
so
between him and the
pompous
Undying
being
King.
the head of the Grand Wizard Council, thinking he's hot shit. I beat his ass in wizard school. Don't know why I didn't get chosen to be the Grand Wizard.
Family
'Cause
connections, most likely.
Anyway, he's in the Glass Keep. That's where you're going. That's quite a ways. And you'll have to pass through a couple of towns to get there, not to mention cross the bridge and go through Bracken's Pass.
Yeah, considering we were first in Head Thunder, we got even more distance to go.
Yeah.
That's where you first fell.
Yeah,
in
let's
that
just say a
case-
certain guard bearer is also probably going to hate me for the rest of his life.
Yeah, we'd need some pretty big cloaks.
Why aren't we hated
That
here?
is
Or some well-placed daggers.
because you're human. That's it. When humanity figured out how to make soul magic and create the shards, they were feared. They were attacked. And much like as if you know from living in your own world, they retaliated without or with extreme prejudice.
Yeah, our world's not too exempt from that own rule, to be
But
perfectly honest.
But we're not attacked and hated here.
Yeah,
These
why
people
aren't we
just-
attacked?
They just don't seem to
They
care.
don't know. These people here are not as educated as those you found at Head Thunder.
As I say, we're all
Or
on
as
an island.
educated they'll be. They're mostly farmers. They help grow food and resources for Jericho Keep.
I have a
Otherwise,
question for you, old
they
man.
work and they go about their day. Yes.
Is Jericho Keep also going to have the same beautiful relations they have at Head Thunder?
Jericho Keep will kill you on sight.
I had a feeling.
The issue is that right now, everyone will believe you were in service to him, because that's what they expect. That was the last thing they remember.
The Undying King?
The Undying King.
Oh,
So we have to prove that we're not.
but it's
You have
hard to.
make a name for yourself, or find the shards for your human compatriots and blend in.
Hmm. So because we have these
Though we may not
insignias,
have half-breeds in this world does not mean that if you somehow find a crystal that can change your appearance, may give you that extra edge to get yourself from point A to point B.
¿Por qué no los dos? Why not both?
While Glass
Those of
Keep might have
you-
been our goal, would you have a recommendation for us?
Well, to get to the Glass Keep from here, you'll have to cross the bridge into Cauldry, which is one of our major harbor cities. And then you'll have to eventually go through Bracken's Pass, and then cross the desert to the Glass Keep, which itself is a large industrial and shipping center. What I would suggest, and this is out of my own understanding of the situation you're in, is I would go to the north. As much as the Glass Keep is where the Grand Wizard may be, that does not mean you need to go there immediately.
Fuck shit. I'll be right back.
The reason I ask you to go to the north is that there's a cave that you may be able to find some answers in. The cave is called the Martyr's Wake. It is an
Before
old
or
tomb.
after Jericho's Keep?
It
it's
is
up
along
north.
the north side of the continent, not
North
here
of
on this
Head
island
Thunder.
where Jericho sits.
It's past Head Thunder. which means we might be able to get around a second shot in it, that little rat bastard.
If you go through Head Thunder, I would suggest going around for the past the obvious reason of them being relatively aware of your presence.
They're gonna be on alert
But
now.
if you were reborn through the lantern, that means he knew you were there.
Reborn
Now,
through the
we
lantern.
haven't heard from him in many years. Whether his presence is waiting or whatever it is he plans. But if you were reborn, he knows it. And if he
Pose real
knows
quick.
it,
I don't know if I'm just missing something or if I'm just stupid, but why do we automatically not like the undead king, deathless king, or
the
whatever his name was?
Undying King was one of the generals during the Calamity War.
Yeah, we were just told
He
by the
wound
priest
up-
guy that we didn't like him, but yet we're associated with him. That's why everyone hates us.
You're humans.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
There's a chance he may also try to enlist our services.
Enlist may be a strong word. The man has not lived for hundreds of years by enlisting every person who touches the lantern. He was a good man once, from what we understand from the records. But he burned an entire continent to its mountain pass during his reign.
Oh.
So House Steiner got it.
Do we know why?
Tyranny.
Because they took what was his, and so he decided to take it back. As I told you, the Covenant was formed to fight the humans because they were afraid. The Undying King was the one that was left.
Oh.
Do we know who or what he is? No. All we know is that he uses these lanterns, and that he's not one to be trifled with. And he motions to the map that you're looking at, and he goes, if you look towards Watcher's Rest, that used to be a bountiful, beautiful plains. It used to be full of life and laughter, and have one of the major capitals of the Covenant there. It's where the original tower used to stand. It is now sand and death.
Yikes.
Good.
He marched from one end to the other, to the Scored Pass, and burned what was there to the ground.
Angry child.
What did you tell us about St. Radric or Fokar?
Fulkar is a small forest town, probably does a lot of milling. I haven't been up there in many a years, but they can be somewhat religious, but they tend to keep to themselves. You may find some other smaller areas between here and there, but these are just the major settlements that we know of. Unfortunately, even after 600 years, the cartography of this world has been garbage.
So make sure I'm updating the map. Got it.
Across the ocean, as you can see, as he starts drawing on your map and kind of showing you where things are. To the east of us, specifically to the southeast of the Glass Keep, is the Broken Spire. That is where the tower once stood. No longer does anything live there. It is but a rubble pile and one left of a shard standing inside of a mountain. It is a scar upon this land. To the east of there, of course, is the Scoured Lands, coordinating the Watcher's Rest, Scour Dune, and Adrael Cove. Dead cities. Dark cities. Then into the Forest Land we have Demosian and Durian's Watch, along with the Cradle of Life, as it's been ironically called, where most of the farmlands reside from the cities. Uneventful, flat.
To the north of the continent, we sit in past Head Thunder. We have Fulcar and the Martyr's Wake. To the east of it, we have Dunmarion, one of another harbor city. To the north of them in the icy forest, we don't know what resides there anymore. There was talk of a village being set there, but who knows? A boat ride to the east of them, you have West Munster, a capital city that lays upon the west. That continent mostly has what seems to be magical peoples. So you're looking at orc shamans, elf wizards, sorcerers, the occasional warlock. It seems to be where they've gathered, given area and given land to practice. There you have Thurbal, a ecclesiarch city, something based off the ecclesiarchy where the religious tend to congregate. The Broken Talon, a large keep that separates the land. New Haven, a town that sits south of the Keeper's tomb, always on watch of what may leave those walls. You have Glacier Keep, and of course you have Ravenholm. No one goes there anymore.
Here with not a Smiley. He's not
Any
on right
reasons
now,
why?
but I am.
Just
Obviously,
that
'cause
no
I'm
one
watching the video.
goes to Ravenholm.
This fight takes forever.
It said
Probably
that
bad
some
shit.
darkness
Yeah,
is
I stand with
there.
you, not bad.
Not sure what
Yeah,
or
I stand with-
why.
Oh, he just dropped you.
But that bridge remains
Dude, he
guarded
didn't
by
even
Glacier
hit me,
Keep.
bro. I fucking died.
But Ravenholm itself has seemed derelict
This
for
game's so
many
fun.
years.
Oh, why are you on top of me right now, bro?
But that's everything you have so far. All the information that you
No
can
way.
gather. The south. Past St. Radric, you have the Blackstone and Mill Ruin. Unfortunately, it's mostly swamp, which is led by the Gormarsh Cavern, place of dark magic. Said that the Blood Hunters situate themselves there. Dark magic and dark individuals like to roam those lands. Blackstone seems to be a good place to go if you're looking to make magic happen, if you're willing to risk your life inside of its walls. It's not known as the Silent Stone for nothing. But be wary on your journeys, young ones. Though you may be looking for shards now, doesn't mean that your life will be easier as you go forth. The secrets of the shards lay within your discovery of them. I only knew that you may have them because of what I have learned in my years of study. But if you seem to find the secrets, you may be able to find the secret to your power. Possibly make it so that you don't die again. I would extremely push back against dying again. Because as said before, he knows. He will always know. And
Yikes.
I believe he's looking for you now.
Oh boy.
I don't know why we shouldn't let him.
Because he might kill us, and if we die again, that might be game over.
Why would he kill us though? If he was if he was the
your immortal soul too.
if he was the general who fought against the conclave, who wanted to wipe out humanity just for being humans.
Not for just being humans.
That's why they attacked us. That's why they attacked humans. They attacked humanity and tried to wipe out and to an extent did wipe out humans purely by dint of being humans.
They tried to wipe us out because we were reaching a point where we could overpower them. It wasn't equal anymore.
They wanted to keep us.
They wanted to keep the status quo.
They needed to keep a balance. Balance is important.
Unfortunately, they disrupted the balance of their own war.
We disrupted the balance by going too far as humans.
By rising as equals?
No, we didn't have equals if we had the shards as a power, though. That's what they were afraid of.
It was fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Regardless, I think we head towards St. Radric and then head north.
I'm not going to stop
If you go
looking
towards
for
St.
someone.
Radric, just be wary. The roads are perilous, and And as you stand right now, you're not exactly the strongest you could be.
Clearly. We got our
I'm
butt
not gonna
handed
stop
to us.
looking for someone to teach me druidic magic. Someone's got to keep these nincompoops alive.
Why can't we bring
I may suggest you go to one or two places. Either you go to Martyr's Wake or to Blackstone Keep.
Blackstone Keep? Oh.
Maximilian, the Magnificent. What
Yes.
what of religion in this place? Do the gods have a touch here, or
Not in the way that you believe. The gods were once people who walked these lands, who ascended to deitydom through actions or magic. Unfortunately for you, you have to worry about the prophets. The prophets of truth, justice, and reconciliation.
You son of a bitch.
They are the three heads of the ecclesiarchy that rules over the entirety of the population that has sworn allegiance to the covenant. They are the main people who decide when and where the axe falls on those who break their rights. Unfortunately, they are not likely swayed and are extremely prejudiced against humans. But you could work that in your favor. No one knows how powerful you are or lack thereof.
So put on airs that we're more powerful than we actually are and hope that people believe us?
That would be the best idea for the time being until you actually gain power. But
Fair.
I
Bluff it
think
till you
the
make
first
it.
step will be finding those race shards for you. Give you a little bit of an advantage when it comes to fighting in combat. But again, the way you get there is up to you. If you go to Blackstone Keep, you may learn more about the magic, or you may come across someone who has a history with what was left of the human race. Or, if you go to Martyr's Wake, you could possibly find one of their tombs and find something inside. But mind you, he's watching. He's probably send his minions to Head Thunder as we speak.
From where?
We don't know.
Hmm. So we either risk slipping by these areas that we got our ass handed to us or try to head somewhere where we might have an advantage to actually fight.
Head to Blackstone, then.
Are all keeps considered dangerous, though?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so risk is either way, but...
Until you're able to either make a name for yourself or blend yourselves in, there will always be a risk of being found.
I'm an expert at blending in.
You're a human, Zach.
I am stealthy.
Not in this realm.
I am a folk hero.
Let's
Not
head
yet.
to
So
Blackstone.
So as you guys are kind of sitting there and you're figuring up a plan and everything is still slowed or stopped around you, you see that the time around you starts to skip, like almost as if its grip is lost. Like everything kind of starts to speed up to normal and then goes back to a standstill.
Oh, snap,
And
okay.
it kind of like stutters. And Maximilian looks and goes, I didn't realize it was that time again. And he goes, let's go outside. Might as well see, and it's easier to explain that way.
Okay, let's do it.
And so, while the world seems to be still be stopped around you, he slowly gets up and walks you guys outside. And he points to the southeast, towards where on the map he showed you where the broken spire was. And he goes, watch the sky. And in the distance, around the broken spire, and that just in that general vicinity from where you are to there, you see a bright blue and purple beam shoot up into the sky and start spreading across the skyline. He goes, if you're gonna go anywhere, now would be the time.
The reset's here.
What
The
is
fucking
the
what now?
reset?
The reset was a failsafe made by the Magi of the Covenant 600 years ago to stop the threat. Now, every so often, the magic they released, with a mind of its own, will stop all magic items and other things from working.
What?
Almost as if it's just stopping the magic from flowing for an indiscernible amount of time. The last one lasted a day. Who knows how long this one will last?
Is it at least consistent on when it happens? I mean, obviously you knew it was about to
the most
happen.
part, the only reason I knew it was about to happen was my magic was starting to fade.
Ah, though we stopped being in the frozen time. Okay.
Does Cass start reverting back to human?
It kind of stutters her imagery, but not enough to really cause an issue. Like it's kind of like fading out and fading back in a little bit of a time.
So like,
Can I make a suggestion then? We're heading to Blackstone. We're in an agricultural town. Why don't we do some trade?
What are we gonna trade?
Well, now that you've finished your talk with me and the reset's coming, you only have a few options. You can either look for work, find more information than what I have to give you, or find something to protect yourself or deal some damage. Past that, I know you're yearning to get home. Unfortunately, I don't think home is in a place where you can go for right now.
Just hoping my friend at least notices that I'm not there and takes care of my cat.
I'm just glad that my dad will take care of my daughter.
The kids are throwing a rager at our house.
yeah, I got nowhere to be. I'm good.
I mean, I have the only person that
probably
matters the most to me. So,
As you probably imagined, the time changes here faster than it did in your other world. Time there moves faster, here not so much. So whatever is happening there will be taken care of through whatever means. The energy of this world tends to balance things out.
Oh, so it's like Narnia. We could become old and go back as kids.
You may never have known that you were ever really gone.
oh, I get to experience growing old with you twice, babe.
That's
disgusting.
Pretty
gay. That's pretty gay.
Yeah, that's pretty gay.
I am rectally flaming, rectal exorcism, asshole abortion, gay for you, babe.
Dude, I think it's sweet. Keep it up.
So, he turns around and walks back to the tavern. He goes, "I'm gonna go enjoy my last plate of nachos before the reset happens. Do with what I've given you as you will. I hope that you don't run into him on your adventures. The last thing you want is to deal with his influence."
One last question before we go.
Yes.
What's the local staple for foods?
You want some beef jerky?
He points around.
I mean,
he goes,
3 of us already went and got
"You're
food.
on a farmland.
Where did you get
Go
food from?
figure it out."
We went to the tavern where you guys were busy
And
dealing with
he
cactus.
starts to walk away, and he goes,
With what money?
I'd also
We didn't
watch out
pay
for
anything.
the War Master, if I was you.
The War Master.
He's on a crusade of sorts. Unfortunately, no one really knows what his plan is. But something is changing in the world. He is at the front of it. Who knows where it will lead?
I'll have to keep that in mind. Thank you.
Fucking
Goodbye
Horace.
and good luck, you interesting individuals.
Bye,
He goes back
Max.
in the tavern and closes the door, and the world reverts to normal speed.
I fucking love that guy.
Thanks for all the confetti.
Pew pew. I'll call you when I have kids.
So yeah, so now you guys are left with a few choices of, do you want to look for work? Do you want to look for info, look for equipment, or go or try to find a way back home?
need to find a way back home, but we won't be able to do it without searching for equipment.
By the way, you were asking how did I pay for it? I didn't. I'm stealthy. I stole it.
God bless it.
It's a skill. I'm very good at forging.
Yeah, let's.
So yeah, so you guys have a few choices of what to work with. As Max said, attempting to get home probably won't be a great idea because you really just don't have any kind of power or knowledge on how to do it. The only person that could probably help you is the Grand Wizard of the Council.
Which means we're gonna have to storm
Otherwise,
a castle.
Look,
you
we'll
won't
talk
have
for
to
a second.
storm a castle.
We'll talk for a second. If our back home lives are basically at a standstill, why not enjoy this place? We get to have fun.
Because I miss my daughter.
I was like,
We've been gone like maybe an hour.
In Earth time, yeah. In here time, longer.
Earth time is the
And
only
I'm-
time.
And I'm
Also, it
living
was
in
kind
here
of like
time.
it probably works like this.
yeah, he didn't like say for sure. But also, we're like hated and targeted here. I don't think we want to stick around for too long.
I don't want to
Let's-
be here very long.
We're in an agricultural town for now. Let's mix up work and equipment. Let's get ourselves geared up. Get some supplies. Work for the farmers for a little bit. It shouldn't take too long. We could help transport supplies.
Who's got high charisma and intelligence? They'll go around and get information.
Farmers tend to have pretty big families. I could help some of the wives with the children.
Or we have a place that we need to go, or potentially two
We
places.
want to head towards Blackstone Keep, I think that's our next destination.
I mean, it's the closest.
I bet there's like cargo caravans and stuff that go and that need guards.
But we're
We could do
going to
that.
need gear if we're going to at least act as a caravan escort.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
Is this a big enough town to even have that, or should we go over to Cultry first to see if they have work to go down south?
No, agricultural towns are going to have transport going to keeps. I almost guarantee it.
To Jericho Keep, yeah.
Father
Well,
of
St.
the
Joanna was only supposed to supply Jericho Keep.
Yeah.
Did any money that we had on us, did it convert to
Coin.
other than U.S.
Yes,
dollars?
for every dollar you had on your person, it is now a singular gold piece.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I have 20 gold pieces.
What about my debit card? Okay.
It is a piece of plastic that has your name on it. Everyone says it's not important. You say otherwise.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't have any money. I don't carry cash on me.
They
so.
go, "What magic bullshit is this card? Get away from me."
Electronic banking is.
You know what? I didn't need that credit card anyway.
I don't know
Thanks.
about the Amex.
That's why I stole the food, because I didn't have anything. I was broke.
Let's get a stand going.
So yeah, so you guys are gonna try and look for equipment or try to earn money, or are you guys gonna like pool your resources, see how much money you have? Because gold pieces go a longer way than you realize.
I'm gonna go gather information.
Let's pull together our money first and see what we have.
I can go foraging in the forest by myself and get a lot more.
You never want to travel alone.
Especially looking like a human.
I'll go with them.
I'll be fine.
Alright, let's
so-
pull together our resources and see what everything we have.
I'd rather go around and ask
Might be
questions,
able to
yeah.
work with that.
Yeah, it depends on how much you guys have. So, how much gold piece everyone got? What's the count?
Jack all.
All right,
20.
Doug's got 20.
I
You
got
said- you
$10.
said
I got $10 dues.
You said the most I
I
could
said
get.
each dollar we do is a gold piece. So you guys have.
Hold on, let me actually check.
60 so far.
Hang on,
Ooh.
you said I could only have
I have-
$20, but I carry a lot more cash on that than.
No, it's you had a
No.
you had accumulated $20 when you left your house. It is now 20 gold pieces. Bite me.
I have $2 in my wallet
You
right
do
now.
Not, okay, wait,
The
hold
father
up.
has spoken.
As your fucking fiance, you do not fucking carry that much cash.
Papa.
Shut up.
The fuck I
I've
don't.
been in,
I've been in your fucking wallet, Douglas.
Bitch, don't go in my wallet. I don't go in your purse.
I had to get into your wallet to get my fucking food stamp card out, genius.
Also, it's probably not a good idea to run around with that much cash in
Listen,
your
we're
wallet.
gonna have these quarrels later. So, you guys as a party have approximately 60-ish gold pieces, which is a lot to work with.
Sick.
Especially in a smaller town like this. So,
Bro, acting like he
what's your
ballin'.
plan?
Better
Because
armor.
right now
60
you're
gold.
all so as characters or as players, you realize that everyone in your party currently is level 1. You are baby weak.
Nice.
You are building yourselves up to doing the big thing. At this point in time, until you guys basically get yourself a class shard, you are considered level 0. You are a standard villager with 10 hit points.
Hell yeah.
Like,
I only
you
have
are
8.
yeah,
I-
again, so you will all be considered to have 10 until you get a class shard put in place, which will
Oh.
let you start gaining levels. Basically, what Maximilian was telling you guys is that as humans, you can gain levels through experience or using the shards. If you want to use magic, you need a shard. If you want to learn how to fight with a sword, you need to be trained.
Interesting.
What does that work for if I just want to punch people?
Unarmed
That's-
strike.
You need a
That's
job
a
stone, like in
pugilist.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
You need a job stone.
Yeah, because technically
Well,
monk relies
Pugilist
on
didn't get a
key.
job stone. We only got a job stone to monk.
Monk still uses key, which is a form of magic, unfortunately, as an
training.
out of character
It's
notice.
for you guys to fight on a level where you will not die immediately. You need either training or shards. So at that point, you have to find a way to either find someone or find something that has shards, or get the training you need to not immediately get killed.
Let's.
Okay, question.
Mhm.
Yes.
In the case of physical things, could Nate and I play off of each other's experience?
Not to get the training you would need. You need to go talk to someone who knows more about the form of combat you would take. You could give yourself a refresher and make yourself not suck terribly, but unless you want to, again, if you want to increase your levels out of character, you need to find someone to train you to open that gateway. Because the reason your ability scores are labeled as such as yourselves is that you are glass ceilinged because you are average humans. If you want to become better than average or amazing, you need to open yourself up to a shard or training from something.
Hence why we're going to Blackstone
Or
to find out
both.
more.
Or both.
Yeah.
I have an idea, well, at least for myself. We could stay here for a little while. Let's help chop firewood and stuff from a tavern, at least those who wish to learn the blade. It is a way of practicing.
Man, it's more of an axe than a blade.
Let me
The
let me
action
lay
of
it out
swinging
this
the
way.
axe.
Still use a sword for it. It's just not. It takes
So-
more of a sideways swipe.
Let me lay it out this way. So basically, you guys have 60 gold pieces, which is a lot between you, the party as itself. Blackstone Keep is going to have possibly training. It's going to be hard and grueling, and it could help you, or it could not be great. You could try and find someone here who could at least help you kind of get yourself into the basics of training and gaining proficiencies. Or you could try and make your way to Martyr's Wake, where there's potentially shards for you to use, or potentially someone who may know how to use that type of magic that pulls it out. The
Our
big
answer's
thing here
gonna
is
be
that
both,
you
but-
guys know nothing about the magic of this world. You guys know it from your books. You're trying to understand, put D&D to the fantasy world, which is correct.
Mhm.
But for you to gain power, to become stronger, you're going to have to find a way to increase yourself here, which either means finding someone who can tell you how that works, because you don't really know how your own selves work. You fought an orc who is 8 foot tall and punched you through a wall. That doesn't make sense to you. That shouldn't make sense to you, because you're like, how did it get so big? Because you've seen 8-foot humans, they do not get that strong. Their bodies fight back at that height because of how big we are. We have that limitation on our humans like physiology.
Are we for sure
you're
that
gonna-
only humans are allowed to use these shards as power?
Yeah,
Only
that's
humans
why
need
you got
to.
pushed out of the brink in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah, because humans have no skill set. It allowed them to be adaptable.
So it's not like this orc could have a shard in his head either.
But if he does,
You-
it's completely inert.
He could have a shard that you could take, which would basically be taking a copy of his skill set. So when you would pull a shard out of somebody, once you defeat them, if you find the way to make that magic happen, you essentially take a copy of either their racial bonuses or their class skills.
Well, I guess
So for
what I'm
example,
getting
if you
at
took
is
out a level 12 fighter, if you pulled a copy of their skills, you would become a level 12 fighter.
right. What I'm getting at is the fact that whenever Kit lost her shard, she lost her ears and her tail, basically turning from what she was into a human. So who's to say that this orc guy isn't some human with a shard in his head that turned him into this 8-foot orc?
Because I'm still my height, but I took on aspects of the race that I have a gem from, that I have a shard
What
from.
Max was trying to get across to you guys is there's no half breeds in this world.
Gotcha.
In
Yeah,
normal
we're the
D&D,
only
you have
people.
half orcs, half elves. You have dragonborns, which are kind of a weird line where like they're technically anthropomorphic, or they could be half breeds.
The priest was the dragonborn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In this world, dragonborns are basically an evolved version of fledglings, where they will eventually, as they age, possibly turn into a full dragon, but that's besides the point. But everyone else is a full-bloodied of their species. So if you find an orc, it's a full-bloodied orc. If you find a
That
Goliath,
tiefling
it's a full-bloodied
is
guy.
just a grown-up imp. That's interesting.
Essentially, it's an evolved version of an imp. Yeah.
It's almost like a leather blacker in Aragon. They're
Yeah.
humanish, and then they turn into the giant bird as elders.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So
our goal.
if you picked up an elf shard, for instance, Zeb, and you were like, cool, I'm going to take the attributes of an elf, you would turn into essentially the appearance of a half elf. So your
Cool.
ears would get pointy, your hair would get shiny, you'd have a little bit of a height increase, your stature would change, but you'd gain, like, you'd be able to see in dim light, you'd have an affinity for magic, stuff like that. You'd have a copy of those racial bonuses from that elf, if that makes sense.
Point me to the nearest elf.
Let's go to Blackstone for now.
Did you want to stay here and gather resources first, or just head straight
We
there?
need some resources. We need at least equipment. We have 60 gold.
Yes.
Stock up.
What do we already have? I don't know
I'm
everyone's.
as
what
weird as I
everyone
can
has.
be.
Yeah, so what you guys have across the board, like I said before, if you had regular street clothes and like a leather jacket, it has been transmogged to be leather armor and something that is more natural clothing of this place.
Sweet.
So it's more of like tunics or robes or, medieval modern-esque kind of situation, like throwback kind of stuff.
I need a great sword.
Yeah, so any weapons that you have, either like the sledgehammer is just like a warhammer, the sword is just a sword, stuff like that.
I have a long sword. I could go for a great sword now.
Yeah. So you guys can look to see if you can find an equipment store or a blacksmithy or somebody, see if you can find better armor, better weapons. Just remember that unless you have the ability to like understand how to don and doff it, you're gonna have issues with it until you gain some kind of training in it.
Or could be SA long enough to know how to wear armor at least and use a sword. So.
Yep. So it's up to you guys how you want to play this out.
Fishy, you want to get a new bow? You and I have bows.
I mean, I have a basic one, but I guess if there's a
you
better
have
one, then yeah.
You have your standard longbow.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a shinier one, then sure.
There's a shinier one.
I mean, to me, I
don't
did.
know. We're like level 1 in Jobstone list, so I don't think there's plus one those, but I mean.
I love that that's how you guys are saying it. It's just like we're jobstoneless, and it's like you're technically right, and that's silly to me.
I have no proficiency. I never had. I need my certificate that says I'm actually an archer.
Do you have any preferences for?
Well, considering I didn't use my bow during that last fight, I just went straight for the grapple. I'd be down
Crafting
for.
some daggers for the archers aren't a bad idea either.
I would.
As a backup.
The plan I had was to grab one of the arrows that Fishy had shot and dinged off the guy and stab one of the soldiers in the leg, but I got tossed like a rag doll, so it didn't work out.
You did do that. That was a thing that happened.
Because I have a special thing where I can use items or use something in there. I was like, I'm just gonna pick up an arrow that's on the floor, stab the guy in the eyeball.
That needs to be an
Improvise, yeah.
improvised weapon.
I guess at this point I don't need to be so squishy, so I have better armor, I guess.
So here's my idea. We get the greatsword, we get a couple daggers for these two, because they are archers. We don't worry too much about armor, because armor's going to be probably way too expensive for a range right now.
Oh, that's true.
But we take some of that money and we invest it into a wagon and some grain and stuff to
Provisions,
take to
yeah.
Blackstone.
What?
Well, how much is a horse?
Cheaper than armor.
Oh.
I
wouldn't think so.
I hate to
Horses
tell
are
you,
usually
my
really
dude, but you are expecting horses to be cheap.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. In a city like this,
Are we going for like an
fucking
ox or a mule at this
Horses
point?
are a commodity.
Oh, we can just get Bill.
No,
also
it's
just
fine. It's fine.
move a
We have
wagon
three.
ourselves.
We have 3 himbos.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what it comes down, guys, is how you want to do it.
Sounds like we're legging it.
Alright, you can leg it. You can go to a different town. You can look for work. You can try and do something. Anything off the top of your head? Look for a blacksmithy.
Well, right now we're looking for a blacksmithy without doubt for weapons.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a very basic equipment shop in this town where they sell like very basic wooden shields, a couple of decent swords. They could probably make you something if you paid them. Got like some basic ass armor that they probably put together. Like pretty straightforward stuff going on over here. Most of the stuff won't be super high quality, but it's good enough to get the job done.
Yeah, I already have studded armor and obviously a bow.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't need to buy anything, then you don't need to buy anything. If people want to see about getting something better or fits them more, then by all means, say so.
While they're going to look for a blacksmith, I would like to casually look about the small little town that we're in and see if there's any what looks to be like grassroots church. Not anything like big and gaudy and like obviously like an established church, but something that like the local farmers would go and, you know, pray to whoever for rain or whatever.
Yeah.
Gather information.
Yeah, there's like a very small temple on the outside of the village. Yeah, it's there. It's for them to kind of, for people to look into and kind of work on stuff and have a sit down once in a while, and they have services on the weekend, etc. Not anything too crazy, but you definitely see that there is a padre in there, kind of mulling about, checking on candles.
I am going with him and side-eyeing him. Why are we going to a church?
Well, I mean, I'll tell
to the chapel.
Fishy,
and-
yo, that giant orc dude, curb stomping my chest kind of got me shook. And I feel like if we're gonna go off and do heroic, crazy things, that yes, while I know Cassie's probably gonna want to be a healer, that maybe it doesn't hurt to have another, and you know, maybe there's some higher powers other than this undying king that may be able to lend their strength to us. So I'm gonna go talk to the old padre in here and just see what he's got to say.
I'd be-
Fine, I join with.
I'd be down to go with just to get some information. You You said something
Let's
about
go.
being an elf, and I was just like, I can get magic. Sweet, I'll be an elf
I
for
guess
magic.
I'll go with and see if they know anything about cleric-y stuff.
So
No.
the bun is with me going into the
Yeah,
blacksmith and
it's you
taking
and
care of that.
Cactus going to blacksmith stuff. Yeah. So you two think of what you guys want to get.
Oh shoot.
Then tell me, and I'll give you what the price is and how you can haggle it, etc. So, going with the other four of yous, going into the box of the church. You step through the door, and the priest turns. He looks at you and goes, "Greetings. How are you? You seem to be weary. If you would like to take a seat, I can listen. If you want to do confessions, I can listen. Otherwise, if you have questions, I'll happily answer them as I'm tending to the artifacts and candles we have strewn about our very small and humble temple of sorts."
Is this guy also a dragonborn or a human?
He's an elf. Not anything super crazy. He's just a very laid back. He looks to be, if you were to put a stick in it, would say probably closer to a wood elf. Someone who's just druidic, lives amongst the trees, likes being in the outdoors, etc., etc.
Well,
Is he
Yeah,
afraid
he's
of us? Because he
Nick.
sounds timid all of a sudden we walked in.
Guys, Nate, hit me with it. What you got?
well, thank you, Father, for the welcome. It's lovely in here, and to tell you the truth, I think we all are a little weary. We've had a moment. Uh, I don't really do the confession thing, but if you wouldn't mind sitting to chat for a minute, I'd be interested to hear about your shop, what you got going on.
Of course, my son. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Please, come join me on the pew.
And I want to like avoid any like obviousness that I am not from here, but also want to ask him basically, never been a big churchgoer, and I'm just kind of interested in who you send your prayers to here, and maybe others that you may know, um, and how that
The
works.
one we speak to here is they don't much have a name that we can pronounce. It was someone from many, many years ago who stood up for those of us who were left behind. He became the patron saint of the harvest and of those, a protector of sorts. Um, Someone who just kind of looked after those who were left behind and who have a hard life, if you will. Um, but that's who we speak to, just to bring us blessings of good fortune about the harvest and to protect our travelers who bring goods to the keeps and walk the dangerous roads that are full of bandits and ne'er-do-wells.
And this protector, does he speak back?
If you listen hard enough, he might. And he points to the altar that they have. It's a nice little stone altar they set up with a little metal bowl on top of that seems to have some incense sticks sticking out of it that are burning. There's a censer next to it that has been burning as well, that they seem to have used recently, and it just has a depiction of the of essentially the patron saint on the wall, like on parchment, and it looks like essentially an elf of sorts in a very elven style full plate, protecting a bunch of what looks to be civilians from a very strange looking enemy. Um, it almost looks like it's covered in chitin, but is in the shape of a humanoid. It's very strange, but its armor is very dark and interlocking. But it seemed to be attacking the civilians, and the patron saint standing between them and it.
Um, you, Father, you mentioned protecting the grain shipments to the keeps and things like that. Is that something that members of your Flock would accompany to work on or to protect?
Some of our flock do tend to protect. They act as essentially makeshift soldiers, just kind of walking with the convoy, assisting with lifting or moving, and nothing extraneous. Very, very simple. We don't tend to fight unless necessary here, just because of the fact that we know what war brings and we know what combat brings. And we'd rather not bring that upon our town, even though we are close to Jericho. It's something that we just don't want to bring forth onto us, because we believe that if you hurt someone or something, it will come back to hurt you. Um, and so we try to take care of our own and go about our day. If we must fight, we will, but otherwise,
So not pacifist, but Buddhist priest.
essentially, they're closer to Buddhism than anything.
Hmm.
They're a bunch of poor people living in a town. They're not going to go pick a fight, but they will crump your shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
And these shipments, any headed to Blackstone in the near future that you know of?
I'm not one to ask that. You may go and talk to our... What was their name again? It was not a logistics chief. They have a fancy name. They work near the tavern in one of the smaller buildings. They do manifests and whatnot, dedicating who goes where and when and all kinds of things. So they would be the ones you'd want to talk to. They would probably tell you when or where a shipment's supposed to be going through. But it seems to me that you need some help from possibly a higher power. Sit and
wouldn't say
speak
no.
to the saint. He may answer. It's not effort well wasted.
Okay. I'll. You said they had like a bowl.
Yeah,
with
it's a little
incense in it?
altar with a bowl on it. It's got incense and whatnot. There's little sticks next to it you can place into it.
Okay. I'll take a incense stick out and I'm like kind of looking like over at him, like I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm doing a thing.
He doesn't mind. It's everyone prays differently, so he's not going to judge you for it.
Okay.
And so you light the incense and put it in the bowl, yes?
Mhm.
All right. As you sit there and you offer a slight prayer, do you say anything specific?
Kind of like look over at the painting and uh, haven't prayed in a while. And I don't really know who I'm praying to here. You seem pretty rad though, so I guess I'll pray to you.
Is this in your head or?
No.
Oh, I'm making weird faces to Zub then while you're doing.
I was
I'm trying to,
making
like-
weird faces myself, but that's fine.
I'm trying to
Okay.
I'm trying to like have the
He's
priest
playing the
listen.
part.
Like,
Yeah.
I know, and I'm just being weird in the back now.
I mean, in a sense, I'm like fishy. I mean, this is your guy, so.
Uh,
Dude.
Oh, you two are adorable.
She's going to
Guys,
pretend not to
guys.
go after this.
Come on.
well, to be frank here, whatever your name is, we got our asses kicked. It wasn't a super fun time, and would definitely not want that to happen again. And if you could give us some sort of blessing or some guidance to keep that from happening again, I think we would all appreciate that. And of course, would do what we can to help your people here, if that's a thing that you need or want.
And so, as you're speaking and you kind of finish up your train of thought, there is a very rudimentary clock on the wall. Just something simple someone's able to put together, enough that it ticks very much of the old school grandfather clock. It's easy enough to use to keep track of time for sermons. And you notice the second hand stops.
Uh-oh.
Nathaniel. Hi, buddy.
Uh-oh. Nate did a thing.
You see a slender man step out of the shadows next to you. He doesn't have a discernible face. He has a nice top hat, and his eyes are just completely blue. But you see that he wears like a very nice looking tunic. He's very well put together. He looks well. Not to anything of nobility, but just looks well put together. And he just reaches out and puts his hand out to you and just says, "Well, are you gonna stand there or shake a sinner's hand?"
I guess. I don't know if you shake my hand here, and I'll like just extend my hand out to him.
He grabs your hand and he shakes vigorously. He seems
it's one of those church morning shakes.
Yes, he
Hell
seems
yeah.
excited to see you specifically. You can't really tell why, but he just seems ecstatic that you of all people came up to the altar to talk.
Well, I'm glad that you're glad that who are you? I don't want to like be rude because I know I'm like in this church and I just prayed to this guy. Are you that guy?
No, I'm a observer, if you will. I stand on the sidelines, so to speak, and I balance the powers that will. You, my friend, are very interesting. I've took a look inside of the head of yours, and you have a lot of knowledge, especially about this world. From some rudimentary experience or another, you seem to have the best control over your willpower. And I watched you speak to Max. Max is a good friend, been around for a long time, and I expect he will for many more. But you have a part to play. Specifically, I heard that you're all human.
I don't know what you're talking about. They can't hear me, by the way. This is just me talking.
Man, putting me on the spot here in the church. Try not to tell a lie. Yeah, I mean, you just like came out of that clock, and so you probably have more power than I do. So lying to you is probably not gonna work anyway. So yeah, I am.
Oh, it came out of the clock.
I thought as much. That's good. That's really good. That's gonna give you options. A lot of options.
I like to
So
keep
Nathaniel, I'm gonna give you a choice.
I like to play a game.
Either take my boon, something that I will give you, something that will help you and your friends on your quest. Unfortunately, it comes with a catch. You cannot tell them who gave it to you.
Are you gonna
Secret
buy me dinner
secrets.
first, or
So, the other choice is you walk away, you forget this happened, and everyone goes home happy. But unfortunately, your friends will die eventually, and you'll reset. Because no one in this world knows how to do the magic you require to survive. So the question becomes, do you take the leap? Or do you try not to die?
I feel like this is the part where I get like a terms and conditions.
Oh, you mean like this? Little contract comes out of my fingers. I narrate my own actions. By the way, name's Bill. Nice to meet you. So,
if we look through this contract real quick, we'll see that I won't owe you anything. Your soul is still yours. Everything else is in effect, but you get the ability to make shards. But you can't tell anyone who gave it to you, including my dearest friend, the Undying King.
His name should be Steve.
Be quiet, Zebethiah. I hear you.
You said I can make shards?
You'll be able to make them. You just have to find a either
Uncomfy.
dead or willing host.
What do Zeb and I see during this while you're
Nothing.
thinking of your contract?
You.
He's not. Are we? Did we
You
get
guys
paused?
don't see him.
I was like, we're just sitting there wondering what the
last
hell's
thing
going
you saw
on.
was Nathaniel, Nate, standing at the altar doing the prayer, and then
We'll just continue to give him weird looks.
walk away from it in a few seconds here.
Oh.
So, Nate,
Just keep giving weird looks.
do you shake the sinner's hand?
Shake Bill's hand.
Won't you shake a pull of sinner's hand? You know what? Let's make the deal.
Oh shit.
All right, Bill.
Oh, I love to hear those words. Let's make it happen. And
He puts his hand on your forehead as you shake his other hand, and you feel an energy kind of surge through you. You immediately have the knowledge, know-how, and ability to make shards.
Simba.
But there's the catch.
now you have the boon. You can make what your friends need. Those of them that require magic will have more than they could ever want. But you tell anyone who you got it from, it disappears. Anything that you gained returns to me.
Just to clarify, I can tell them I have this ability, I just can't tell them I got it from you.
Exactly. You see, I'm a watcher. I have to stay on the sidelines. I can't be known to be getting into the middle of things. If I did, then that would be detrimental. Because if you haven't noticed by me being here, the gods are real. And they like to watch things.
Hey, Bill, probably too much information for me. Also, I'm perfectly fine not telling anybody where I got this power, because I don't know if anyone's ever told you this before, Bill, but you a little creepy. But thank you.
Piss off the
I've been
guy.
told.
Yeah.
And I have a bit of the flair for theatrics.
It's a flair for something.
Well,
hey,
My
Mr.
guy.
Nate, have fun. I'll be watching.
God.
I hate it. Thanks.
And he disappears back into the shadows, the only thing left kind of being a very eerily toothy grin and the blue eyes that fade out the last, like Cheshire cat style.
Excellent.
And once he reverts back into the shadows, into the clock, if you will, the world reverts back, and you are standing with the priest, Zeb, Zarya, and Cass, kind of just looking at you and being like, "Hey, are you good?"
Yeah, hey, Padre, thanks. Thanks.
My son,
Alright, guys.
Are you distraught? You seem.
We're still
Hey.
giving him weird looks. I mean.
What? No, I always look like this.
Ah,
Fine.
fair enough.
You good?
Be good, my son. Be good.
You as well, Padre. Thank you.
Alright, how much are you hiding? Some weird shit just went down to your wife.
I'm not gonna lie. I went and got water. I just came back.
I would like to usher the group out of the.
Man.
Let's go, guys. Let's leave this confined space.
What was the priest's name again?
He didn't say.
Oh, okay. Bye, priest.
Bye, person we just
Papa.
met.
Okay, so once we're outside, I'll kind of huddle the group together. Okay, so super trippy, a little weird.
Ooh.
And I can't talk about it, and I like emphasize that. I wish I could talk about it. I cannot, but I think I've found an answer to our shards issue.
Did you bring enough for all of us?
Well, okay, I haven't gotten that far, but I can like make the shards from a willing donor,
Sick.
or maybe like a dead person. I don't know how that works exactly, but I guess would I know how that works?
You would essentially, you have the experience and knowledge to it. It's been innately programmed into your head. You would know that if you pull it from a dead person, you can. It just has to be within a certain amount of time. But if it's a willing host, you can essentially just make a copy of their skill set. For
So
right now,
you don't
can
have to
only
kill 'em.
make level 1 copies. So you can make very basic versions, which would be enough to give everyone the ability to either begin leveling or gain affinity for magic.
Cool.
Ah,
And we haven't even left town yet. Interesting.
that's good.
So wait, can we copy Max's powers?
You could try if he was willing.
Boom, confetti.
But the thing is with wizards is that it's not just oh, you become a wizard, it's oh, you gain affinity for magic, you have to study. So you could always
something.
ask him. I mean,
I guess something important that when we link back up with Cactus and Latte, we need to kind of talk about
yes,
what
you have
what
to
do we
fill them in.
what do we want? Yeah, we need to fill them in, but also need to talk about, hey, what do each of us want to do, and then we can kind of game plan how do we get these shards from people that would have those skills.
Yeah. All right. So you guys start essentially making your way back to your tavern because that's where Max is for the time being. Just kind of getting away from the church as Nate feels dirty, just a little bit.
Shook the
And
sinner's
so
hand.
then we swap over to Latte and Cactus, who are at the blacksmithy. What y'all want? What you doing? What's happening?
Passed the list off to Cactus, but he never gave a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
How dare you, Cactus? How dare? What was on your list, Sala? What you got?
Alright, I have 1 great sword, 2 daggers, the equipment to repair weapons, as well as bows, because we're going to need that as well.
Cool, cool, cool.
And we do have a long sword we could sell if need be, unless somebody else wants it, but I'm not 200% sure. I want to keep it just in case somebody does.
Is it a two-handed weapon?
It's a one-handed weapon.
Okay.
Alright, so if you want to grab yourself 2 daggers, they got plenty of those sitting around. It'd be 1 each, and it's a dagger that does 1d4 piercing. And you wanted a great sword, yes?
Correct.
So, alright. They have a pretty okay one that's not anything too nuts. It's made out of material that you really can't tell if it's good quality or not, but it won't break on the first swing. And the guy's got it up for 10 gold on the counter.
Does it look chipped?
No, it looks relatively well put together. It's just you kind of question why it's only 10, and you're not sure if he is terrible at haggling or if it was made out of inferior materials. But no one here knows how to prove that.
I could pick it up at least and see if it's weighted correctly, but
Oh yeah, it feels
I'm no
great.
metallurgist.
I mean, it feels like a greatsword. It swings like a greatsword. It's not unbalanced. It's not weird. Doesn't have chips in it. It's just going for 10, which is strange to you, but you know, you kind of just shrug at it. but it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda don't trust it. This feeling of if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't true. Um,
I mean,
can
you
I
gotta
do an
ask the
appraise check
blacksmith.
on it?
Yeah, you could. Sure, you could appraise it. Make it happen.
That would be an insight.
Yes. Go ahead and roll me insight.
Hmm.
Nope.
All right, so you can't really tell. It looks pretty good. You're kind of questioning it. You don't really see anything super weird that immediately tells you, ah! So in your head, you're kind of like, yeah, all right, sure. What have I got to lose?
I'm going to start haggling him down. Over coffee, perhaps.
So you talk to the smithy, and he tells you that it's a great sword that he didn't make. He found it between him and Jericho. So he's not sure exactly what it's made of, but when he picked it up, it made him feel weird. So he just wants to sell it at this point.
Weird.
Yeah, he has a hard time explaining it, what it means. He's like, it just made me feel strange. It's hard to explain the words to it, and so he's like, I'm just trying to get rid of it because I didn't make it, and so any money I get off it's profit regardless. So yeah.
You know what? That works. How much would it cost for supplies to repair weapons as well as bows?
What kind of repair items you need? You just need like something to
Spare
put stuff back
strings,
together.
whetstones, things like that.
I'll give you this whole satchel full of nonsense with all the gear for, I don't know, we'll say 3 swords and a couple repairs for the bow. Put 5 on the counter, and we'll call it even.
5 gold.
That sounds like a plan to me. What about
Yeah,
you,
you'll get
Cactus?
enough whetstones, water skins, vials, repair rope, all kinds of neat stuff in there. That'll be enough to fix up and set up a nice little shop to keep your stuff going.
Hmm.
Hell, I'll throw in a kit to make your own arrows.
Sick.
Oh man. I think we're taking this.
Alright, so you got your 2 daggers, a great sword, and a bag full of miscellaneous repair items, and a fletching kit.
Alright.
What else y'all need?
You wouldn't happen to know of any trade going between here and Blackstone Keep, would you?
No, they haven't really asked for much. You could talk to Begonia. I think that's what her name is. She keeps changing every week. But she's the logistics lady. She's the quartermaster at the center of town.
Oh,
She's
the
the one that
caravaner.
dictates. Yeah, she runs the caravans. So she'd be able to tell you when something's leaving, coming, going, etc.
That might not be a bad idea. Perhaps we should see about escorting a caravan down that way.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be a bad idea if you're trying to get travel. They pay for your food and lodging, so it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But past that point in time, did you need anything else material-wise from me, or are you squared away?
I think we're squared away for now.
Cool.
Unless my big partner here has any ideas for what he might want.
I have everything I need.
He goes,
Then
all right,
let's
well,
go.
y'all be good. And so you spent 17 gold off him, you got everything you could have ever wanted, and you walk away from the blacksmithy, and you meet your buddies at the tavern, where you are seeing your 4 compatriots sitting around with Max, who is outside shooting confetti at children, as one does.
Sick.
Pass a dagger to the 2 with bows. Just in case, you guys need to defend yourselves in close quarters.
Neat. All right. So, you guys are now standing around Max, and Nate, do you fill in the party on the new skill that you've gained?
Yeah. And
So,
also let them know, like, hey, like, you know, probably need to be thinking about before. I think before we set off. This is to the party. Before we set off anywhere or do anything, we probably need to at least try to get some shards so that, like, when we do set off, we at least can survive a little bit.
Start leveling up.
Yeah. I don't know if
I do want to meet with this caravaner because that at least gives us more than just us guarding the caravan as well.
It was
means that
also-
we could also get training from them through field side-by-side experience.
There's also supposed to be someone here at the tavern that could give us information on how to get to Blackstone Keep as well.
Might be the same person.
Oh, was it the logistics lady also at the tavern here?
She's in the building next door.
Ah, okay.
Alright. So, I'm gonna show them the supplies to repair bows and stuff just in case, as well as a fletching kit. Which one of you wants to hold on to a fletching kit?
Probably best to Fishy because I'm reckless.
For the arrows, yeah, I'll take that. Thank you.
Alright, so you guys are standing around Max. He's shooting confetti at children. Nate has filled you in on the fact that you guys now have access to shards, but he definitely tells you not to ask him about the question. And at that point, you guys are just kind of sitting around with Max, and I know a couple people are starting to get tired, and we've been an hour over of what I was originally planning, and we've gotten a lot done. You guys have learned a lot and done a lot. And so at this point in time, I think this is a good spot for you to rest. So you guys will just kind of be working amongst yourselves. If you want to, think about things that your character would have done on the meantime. If you like to shorthand roleplay it with characters, you can. Otherwise, we will meet back up next Sunday, same time, same bat channel. Get this party kicked off with you guys trying to find your first shards.
Yeah.
All right, Linus.
All right, so how'd you guys feel for your first one?
Y'all died.
Yeah, it was a TPK. I could tell. Like,
It looked like it looked like the story was kind of going there.
Yeah, I could tell like halfway through the battle. I was like, we're not meant to win this.
You're also like level 0, so you weren't going to unless
we're
you guys were
not,
really
we'd have
close
to
to
get some
killing the
really good
captain, and I was
rolls.
like, oh please God, roll high, roll high, roll high.
Hey, I shoved a guy off the stairs. I feel pretty good.
You did. But yeah,
And
so
then you went too.
Yep, I
if
sure
you guys
did.
have any notes that you'd like to post to the party, you can post it in the player notes channel above us a couple of steps. Otherwise, if you want to put in things for maps and reference, important characters, because there are in the text channels, there's a bunch of different things you guys can put in to help you remember what's going on. Important NPCs and places, character RP, troubleshooting if you have issues, etc. And just kind of put things in. If you have questions for me, ask them. I will happily answer. Otherwise, when we come back next time, you guys are going to start trying to find a way to get yourselves to no longer be level 0 and die easy. Who knows, you may even see actual combat that you won't immediately die in.
We can successfully combat it.
Yes.
I was like, that whole like
Successful
combat scene was really
combating.
fun.
I need it.
Considering this is my first ever D&D thing, this is actually a lot of fun.
Oh, it's gonna get more fun. This was a lot of heavy exposition. It was like, all right, I need to make sure everyone knows what they're doing and why they're here.
Well,
'cause
it's a
it's
big
gonna be
intro,
confusing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of ground to cover because of the world that was built. But you guys have taken it swimmingly and continued pushing through it swimmingly, and have really kind of picked up the whole, oh, I'm just gonna get weird because I can be myself in this weird place, and it's gonna be good.
I full blown came into this myself. I thought that was a great.
Yeah. Anyone have questions for me before we dismiss?
I swear, I'll try not to be late again.
I'll try
Yeah,
to
we'll
think of questions later.
Yeah, it's next time we have the session, it's gonna be easy for everyone because we're not gonna have to do setup. We're not gonna have to do a lot of the bits and
Yeah,
bobs
all
we
of
did
this will be
today.
easy.
Basically, we're gonna be ready to go as soon as 8 o'clock hits, and we can just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, if you guys have questions about how the world works and whatnot, you can ask me during the sessions or afterwards. As it stands, you guys are going to be advancing on a milestone system, and you won't be able to advance until you finally get the shards going, which now you have access to because Nate rolled really low on the oopsie table. So that was a thing that occurred.
Oopsie table.
Yes, there's a lot of things that happen in the backgrounds of my
I have
games.
a feeling Nate's not the only one who did, judging by the description of that sword I'm going to be using actively.
Mm-hmm. There's another oopsie table.
The oopsie table. I don't know.
Oh, oh, farts.
You know what?
There's
First
a
sword, let's go.
there's a lot of chaos in the system I play, and I find it that it makes it more fun because you don't know what's gonna happen. It could either be really good or terrifying, and it's up to you on how you transverse the situation. But good session, everybody. Good job kind of pulling together. You guys are going to have a lot of fun with this, and you're going to already forcing ethical questions into your heads, which is already a plus on me on the whole. Is the Undying King really a bad guy? Who knows?
Unfortunately, he has earned that title somehow, and I don't want to get involved in that.
Well, technically, we didn't die. We respawned.
We died.
No.
You technically died.
We died.
Just,
You
I
have to
didn't
die
hit
to
0 hit
respawn.
points.
and like I told you guys, I had some surprises lined up mechanics-wise, so I'm glad to see that everything went swimmingly. All right. With that, we are officially dismissed. See you next Sunday, boys and girls. Wampus.
Thank you.
Woo!
Big yawn. Feline
Da da
yawns.
da 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 da.
Yeah,
Bye.
I gotta take a break and like re-energize myself and wake back up. I've got Phasma with
Shake it,
Nochu.
shaky. Shake it, shaky.
I got Phasma with Nochu and Himi and Butterfay in a couple hours.
Nice.
Shit, I don't even know if I'm even going to bed.
In like 9 hours, so I need to actually consider some sleep.
I gotta be up in like 5.5, so.
Yep.
Go to bed, you guys.
I woke up at like noon today. I haven't even hit 12 hours awake.
Go to bed, you guys.
I gotta feed the smallest boy before I
Sierra
can go
didn't
to
get any
sleep.
treats today.
Go feed baby. Latte, give a treat to Sierra.
Oh man, that requires me
Zeb,
giving
go
her
to
a treat
sleep.
at this hour.
I don't know what you're talking about, but sure.
Go to sleep, or I'll make my model big and lean down and tell you to go to sleep.
Probably watch Nif for a little while in her Factorio run.
Alright.
Yeah,
Talk-
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It's gonna get weirder and weirder.
I'm loving it.
I'm all for the weird. Have you seen what my entire theme is?
Yes.
Thank you.
Alright, guys. Talk to you later.
See y'all.
Alright, guys. That was my first ever D&D sesh. I thought it went okay. Right? I thought it was alright. Why do I not? I don't even have Spotify up. Launch Spotify. Come on. Hold on. We need music. I thought it was pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. My first ever experience with it. I will admit, back in the day, when I was a kid, I had friends that did this, only it wasn't, this advanced as far as like on the computer. But overall, it is highly entertaining. I am probably what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I felt like the jokes I was making, of course, weren't really good. But at the same time, I was just like, I'm just being myself. If I was in this world, that's kind of the things that I would say if I was in that situation. Bit of a smart ass, but at the same time, like, It was interesting hearing everything. I could not imagine being a DM. I'm sorry, I could not. Flat out. Byrne is the man when it comes to this whole thing. He has come up with a great story. He has come up with a great setup. I mean, he's thought of everything, which, man, I would panic if I had to come up with any of this. He knows exactly what to say and what to do. He's very creative. He literally puts up with my shit and half the other people's just goofiness when it came to, all the reactions and things that we said. I thought it was a lot of fun. I hope that they all had fun too. I'm definitely looking forward to this. This will be fun. Every Sunday, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern, hopefully. Jeez. I was fixing dinner and didn't realize the time. That's why I was late to the whole party. We had something set up where we were all going to have characters. Let me show you Kitku. She actually found these characters for us. This is the one I think, this is the one that she uses in her streams. And so basically the still image would show up, and then if we were speaking, it would go to this, like their mouth opening. This one's mine. So that's where they were talking about the whole like ponytail and hat when I was in glasses, when I was talking to Max. And this is Cactus with his cigarette and his bunny ears. This is Zala, which is shoot. This is Latte. And this is Dungeon Daddy. God. Papa, as I'm gonna start calling him. God. There's Fishies. And this is, oh no. Sorry. Nate. I'm still trying to learn everyone's names, but at the same time, the Flying Dutchman. There's Cactus up here. Yeah, Cactus. What? Huh? Wooden D&D overlay for OBS if anyone's interested. There's a few options to choose from. Okay, so as far as like the setup that I want to do, like I think it worked as far as showing like the character sheet and whatnot. We were trying to come up with a way to where we could all have like these character things like show up like around the border and show whenever we're talking who's talking and whatnot. I don't know how to do that, and I don't know. I would have to talk to Kit and someone else about how they do it on their stream and whatnot. It's like voice activated whenever you hear the person speak. The only thing is, if we're doing Discord, I don't know how to individually set where, like, if Nate's talking, Nate's character is doing it. If I'm talking, my character does it. If Kit does it, her character, like the difference in the picture, the mouth closed, mouth open thing. I have no idea how that would even work out. We would probably just have to have one picture associated with each character. I would have no clue. I'd have to look into that more, ask them what they think, and go from there. But yeah, overall, I thought pretty freaking cool outcome. Pretty freaking cool. That was a lot of fun. I know some of you, like Oracle, said he couldn't catch it live, but he'll be watching this this recording, or at least this later on. Hopefully I did okay. I thought the combat thing was really cool. The way it all worked out and whatnot. I was trying to read on my character sheet, like what all I could do and not do, and the whole like dice rolling thing. I was excuse me, sorry, trying to figure that out as well, which didn't take long. The taking notes thing is definitely going to help because I'm going to try and remember a lot of what was said, but Overall, like I said, I can't praise it enough. This has been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how long this is gonna go, but I tell you what, I'd be down for doing another campaign. Maybe not immediately right away. It just depends on how things go. But at the same time, this is pretty fucking sick. Anyone who does D&D, like this is probably none of them are showing. Did you just not type that? I don't even know if you did that or not. But no, you've been seeing chat this whole time. You're right. Okay, cool. Thank you. This is exactly what I'm good at. Okay, so recap. These characters are the ones that Kit had made. This is hers. This is mine. This is Cactus. Latte. This is Burn. This is Dungeon Daddies. This is Fishies. And this is Nate, or Flying Dutchman. And the idea is the one that has mouth closed, the mouth open, it would switch between the two with whenever someone's talking, is what I am under the impression. Sorry, I didn't realize I was in the just chatting thing. Fuck. But anyways, this whole map thing and this whole like skills thing is really cool. I don't know exactly if we did like the guest star thing like in Twitch. I don't know. I would have to look in all of that. But Bird, thank you so much for coming out. Biz, earlier, I don't know if you're still here. Thank you so much, man, for coming out and watching and giving your insight on it. And Mads, thank you so much for the resubscribe. Holy shit. That was the thing. I didn't want to be rude and interrupt them talking and also talk over them because there was stuff I needed to hear. When I do the D&D things on Sundays, I probably won't. Oh God, you saw I was muted, but I was like cracking up the entire fucking time. Like it's a lot of fun. But if I don't shout out and say anything, like don't think that I'm ignoring you, just understand that I'm listening to everything that's being said. I'll try to do more of the chat responses myself instead of actually verbally responding. But seriously, thank you, Mads. Thank you, Biscuit. And thank you, Bird Clock, for coming by and hanging out, at least in chat. I know there was probably a couple other people that were either lurking, or just, hopping in and out. But that, again, I can't praise this enough. This was a lot of freaking fun. Like, a lot of freaking fun. I can't wait to do it again. Okay. Oh, man. Who is online right now? Because it is past midnight. I need to get to bed. Sadly, I'm not tired. At least I say that now. The moment I lay down, I probably will be tired. But for now, I'm not. Get to bed. Put something on the TV. I guarantee I'll be out like a fucking light. And tomorrow, I'm gonna have to work out in the fucking snow. I am not looking forward to it at all. Yeah. I shoveled the whole driveway and even a huge section of the road out there to make sure that I could get out and even turn around and go down the road if I needed to. Because there's like, God, how many inches of snow is out there? Like 6 inches of snow, like half a foot. And it was snowing even as I was doing it. So I would have got there and check. Anyways, someone to raid out to. Is Kit? Is she staying on? Or Fishy? Who else is on still? Kit's still on. Oh, is she still playing? I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Rest break be back at the top of the hour. Okay, cool. Which is, I don't know, a while from now. So let's just go ahead and raid into Sleeptoki, who's playing some Animal Crossing. She is killing it right now with followers. She took a break from streaming and then has come back full force and is just killing it with Animal Crossing. So we're going to raid into her. And go enjoy the rest of her stream tonight. She'll probably be going late. If not, I don't know. She usually does. She goes a while. She said she was trying to get her streams longer and longer. So go give her some love, some support. Hang out, have a good time. And I will catch you guys another time. Thank you again, guys, for enduring all that. I know it was probably cringe on a lot of parts on mine, but I had so much fun. I hope you guys had fun too. Come back again and check it out and hang out again. All right, see ya.